Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another broadcast of Gilbert Tiger football. A little feedback there ahead. Knob, I forgot, you just saw the national anthem performed by the Roland-Story marching band. It's Military Appreciation Night, and there's also a cannon blast that you may or may not have heard that caused my heart to skip. Cole Schrader immediately began cardiopulmonary resuscitation to revive me. Cole Schrader had to do CPR after the cannon went off. I fell to the floor and grasped my chest. I didn't expect it. So we're here in Story City tonight. It's a big rivalry, just the Highway 69 rivalry between Gilbert Tigers and the Roland-Story Norse. The Norse had a big victory last year down on the Tigers' home field in a non-district game. Now this year is a non-district game as well, but it counts for the standings, the RPI.
Yes, I understand. It's all RPI, right? It's all on wins and losses. They don't do point spread anymore.
Nope.
You win, you get points for that or whatever. And if your opponent wins down the road, you get points for those.
That's good. So we want Roland-Story to lose tonight and then win the rest of the games.
Absolutely. You really do root for your competition then.
So the Tigers will come in after kind of licking their wounds a little bit after a really hard-fought loss last week at home against the Webster City Lynx, a game they lost 14-6. Should introduce our crew. Pat Starr is helping me tonight. This is Trent Becker, one of the voices of the Tigers. Cole Schrader's our photojournalist on the camera tonight.
Cole, phenomenal young man. He was stuck with me as a baseball coach many, many years ago. He still agreed to help us, even with that experience of me coaching him. So that's a good sign that Cole is not holding in being too bitter.
The trauma of playing for Pat Starr. Now, Cole doesn't have a microphone. I'm going to guess, Cole, it wasn't that bad. Playing for Pat Starr, probably kind of fun. Pat's kind of that weird, lovable uncle that we all wish we had. And so a beautiful night for football. We've got the windows up in the press box. A little cooler than it was last week. Last week, it was stuffy in the broadcast shell. We're high above the Roland-Story Norsemen field. The Tigers will, again, try to avenge a tough, hard-fought loss last week. And you and I talked about it on the way up here, Pat. Saw some really good things out of the Tigers last week. Really no big plays to speak of against a team who is used to kind of scoring and having their way with the Tigers. Just gave up, I think, 21 yards was the longest play from scrimmage that they gave up. So. It was, unfortunately, a touchdown on a fourth down play where the Tigers, which ended up being
reverse, quick kind of trick play, got them off balance.
End up being the difference. So we do want to thank the Roland-Story athletics director, Brian Peterson, a dear friend of mine, for putting us up in the nice place up here. We have free internet. They got the internet. It's kind of like staying at a Holiday Inn.
It is
free internet.
And, well, I had the buffet on the way through. That was nice. I grabbed myself a Coke and a beef burger. That was nice of them to have.
Well, so I told him I wasn't coming, that it was going to be you and Troy. Originally, I thought it was kind of moved around. So when he found out I wasn't coming, he decided we didn't need as much food. So the meats and cheeses that we usually get, the delicious spread is not here tonight.
Not completely, but it's a good spread. It's a good spread.
So we'll attempt to call the action tonight. We got just about 4 minutes before kickoff, and then the teams will take the field. I wanted to get the flag at half staff, then the national anthem. We always like to put that on. The flag, of course, honoring the late Senator John McCain from Arizona.
Absolutely.
Who passed away this week. Distinguished veteran. It's Veteran Appreciation Night.
Veteran Appreciation Night, and McCain, what a great servant to the United States, and very sorry to see him pass away, and our condolences to the family.
Hey, he's kind of a feisty, fidgety guy. I suppose spending time in a Vietnamese prisoner of war camp will do that to you.
Well, I heard a story about him that I'd never heard before, Trent.
Tell it. We got a few minutes.
Well, he was in the prisoner of war camp, and as I understand it, like his father is a high up somewhere in the military, and they actually went to let him go. They found that out, and they went to Mr. McCain and said, "You can go. We're going to let you go to your father." And he said, "No, my code of conduct does not let me. There are guys who came here before me. I will not go before them. I will not go before the order that I came in."
I haven't actually heard that story.
I've never heard that before. I thought, what a tremendous statement of honor and respect and integrity. I don't know that I could do that, Trent, if I was in a place like that.
Well, there's few that could, and John McCain's one of them. So on Veteran Appreciation Night, we're going to have the presentation of the game ball by one of our veterans. And my dad was a World War II veteran.
My dad was a Korean War veteran.
Tina's father, Korean War veteran. My wife's father.
Interesting story. My father talked about that as well. He never talked about the war when I was growing up, Trent. He never talked about the military, about the war. But he did a father legacy book before he passed away, and I was reading through that now that he has passed away. And it's the first I'd ever learned about what he did in Korea. He was actually an electrician, a line layer, a communications line guy. So he went out in front of the back camp and through enemy territory laying lines to communications. And one of the things I remember distinctly, they talked about whether God was with him or not, and when did he realize the presence of God. And he went out there and he laid this line, and when they went to collect it, he said, I can't remember, I think 3 or 4 of his buddies died stepping on a landmine. So he had gone through in the dark around these mines without dying, laid out the wire of the communications line, and he lost some good friends of his in his platoon when they were going back the other way, picking it back up, or continuing on, I guess, to pick it up and extend it further, who passed away when they had mines. So
that'll change you.
It will,
and have an experience like that.
Well, it certainly tells me why he didn't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
It was really hard for him, having lost some really close guys based on what I read in that book. So anyway, so congratulations and our thank you to all the military people listening today and for your service and giving us the land that we have.
Great night to honor those who have served and hopefully have a good high school football game. I really do think we will have a high school football game. Good high school football game. The Brentmore Power Rankings that we talk about. I don't know how accurate.
Brentmore is a great job.
Year. They have this game is just pretty much a pick.
Okay.
1.5 points. I think Roland-Story maybe got, and my guess is that is home field because I think they actually get 1.5. So really it would be a 0 and a 53%. So Roland-Story, good year last year, and I think they're really high hopes this year. I actually teach driver's ed for Roland-Story and talk to some of the boys, talk to Brian Peterson. I know they're really expecting to have a good year up here, and we, like I said, except for tonight, we want them to have a good year. That only benefits us. I think the Tigers are improved from last year, a 2-7 season that was really filled with a lot of kind of lopsided games, and as the Tiger captains come out, Matt Berge, Jacob Gildehouse, Anthony Porter, and Landon Howard. Good to see Landon Howard out there. I know he's got a bad wing on that last play. He ended up on the ground and had his shoulder. The good news is it's a
torn labrum. Is that what he said?
Yeah, and he's going to have surgery when the season's over. But he believes he can make it through the season.
Let's see if we can do Roland-Story here too. We have 43. That would be Carson Parker. Number 5 is Carter Greenfield. I think it was 56 Nathan Bell. And maybe 76 Malachi Harstead. Is that no 75 Sean Reisinger. Or the captains for the Norse.
Looks like the Tigers are going to receive the opening kickoff. And they will go from north to south on your computer screen. If you're listening out there, I do know we found out we had a few fans. I did know Bonnie Pohl, who teaches at the high school, teaches foods and we used to call it home ec, but I don't want to. I know that's not what they call it anymore. But I saw that Bonnie, she teaches a couple classes at the middle school too, and saw her today, and she said she really appreciated us providing this service. So yeah, I'm pretty much just honking our own horn, but we do appreciate that. That's kind of nice. So if you're listening tonight and you know my cell phone number, we'd love to hear from you. I ran into a dear friend from Story City that moved away to California, Brian Lounsbury. You've heard us talk about Brian. You know Brian. He's here tonight. He said he was going to come up at halftime, and I think we'll probably slap a headset on and get our. He's been kind of a reporter where he'll follow Twitter and then text me things from Twitter.
Yes.
And then so he's been kind of part of the broadcast crew. The Tigers will send Tucker Hansen back deep to receive.
And Landon Howard as well.
Landon Howard.
Talked to Landon about that because he plays baseball as well. He said he's going to do as best he can, making it through football, and probably have surgery immediately after the season, assuming nothing gets worse before then, and hopefully be back in time for baseball this spring.
Set to kick off for the Norse as they boot the ball is 21 Jacob Pittman.
A little bit short, number 9 for the Tigers, fields it, then fumbles.
It's still going to be pretty good field position. It'll be outside the 30.
Yep, Bruce Pierce just couldn't quite get a handle on it, and 46 fell on it for the Tigers. That is Mitchell Johnson.
The sure-handed Mitch Johnson. Have you ever seen Mitch take a blizzard at Dairy Queen, turn it upside down to show you how thick it is?
He's got sure hand. Never dropped one.
Never dropped one.
I have seen Mitchell behind the plate. Phenomenal hands back there behind the plate as well. So, and he does that too with the baseball sometimes. I'm not sure he's getting confused between work and catching. Maybe he'll dip the ball and he'll dip it upside down and shake it and then throw it back to the pitcher, which I always think is an interesting thing to do. But
Matt Berge will start at quarterback. He's up under center, number 1 on his shirt. He's going to turn and give it to Tucker Hansen over the right side. Tucker will get met at the line of scrimmage. It's Pittman that got him around the ankles. I think he got 3 yards. I do think getting him going in the offense and moving the chains, getting some first downs, kind of key tonight. Probably the best way to stop the Roland-Story offense, just keep him off the field for chunks of time.
So we got Landon Howard and Jack Anderson on the outside for the Tigers.
And you'll see those guys usually pair up when the ball's in the middle field on the same side. Tigers will run a lot of different formations. They're back in the I formation out of the center snap. Hansen's hit at the line of scrimmage and spins forward.
Slipped the tackle there.
Kind of met in the backfield, but got away from it. That was Brock Tressimer.
Nice up the hands. Just 2 yards, but he made something out of nothing. Could have been no gain. So
3rd and 5 for the Tigers. I've had a lot of rain this week, and I can't help but think the field probably be a little greasy tonight. I didn't. The freshman doesn't look like they've chewed it up
as
much.
bad as I thought they might have. We have a flag or a.
This is a point of emphasis this year, where you got somebody's pad sticking out, and they can't run a play if it's out. They just send them off. There's no longer a penalty for that, and they're going to send. I believe that's Jacob Teresi.
Jacob Teresi goes off, yeah. And in comes 65. That's Zachary Heyer.
Nolan Mueller, 55. Nolan Mueller.
55. Sorry.
Yep. Sorry. They're going to throw a pass out the left side. It's batted in the air. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
That was Nathan Bell, one of the captains, got his hand up there, big paw.
Just going to be a quick hit to the outside to Jack Anderson, I think, on the inside.
Had some room there too, Trent, if you could have got that out there in time, but nice job by the defensive end. Good press upfield.
So a good defensive stand here by the Norse. They're going to force a 3 and out.
They send Colby Gray deep for them.
We're going to see Matt Koenig come up and come in and
again. Did okay last week, and I talked to him a little bit the day after the game. He was a little disappointed in his own, some of the kicks, but he did a nice job. That last one he kicked, really hit it well. So hopefully he'll start with that this time.
Porter will step up. See the motion guy, as you often do.
They did have a guy jump, but they didn't call him. Can't get an end over end.
It's going to be caught and fielded. The ball's on the ground. I think the
Tigers have it. I'm pretty sure number 5 has it. Oh, they're fighting for it after the play. Oh, he took it back.
No, they had it.
They had it. That's number 5. Jonah Hillman.
Jonah Hillman gets it. I think it was 83 Colby Gray who came up, tried to catch that one on the fly. I believe that was Gray. It was.
It was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So big break for the Tigers. The muff punt.
Nice job by Jonah Hillman. It fell down to the feet of Gray, and Hillman dove on it really quickly.
I think Gray tried to pick it up.
Yes, he did.
Couldn't get his forks in it.
So Berge under center.
You give it underneath the big moose, Mitch Johnson, and he's going to bowl forward. And you saw Mitch Johnson really get a lot of traction last week and run, and I think we'll probably maybe see him a few more times tonight just to keep the Roland-Story defense honest. Roland-Story will go with a 3-man front.
Tigers split out Howard and Anderson on opposite sides of the formation this time. 2 wideouts. Johnson and Hanson behind Berge.
Exclusively under center so far is Berge. We'll see him run out of the shotgun a little bit. They're going to do a little play-action pass. Berge will step up, throw deep downfield. He's got Landon Howard out there. He's going to catch it.
He interfered with it. He caught the ball as well.
He's going to get a touchdown. It will be interference. There's some hand play.
We'll see. I imagine they're going to call it. What do you think?
Imagine it's going to be defense. Let me.
We're watching here.
It's going to be interference. It just depends on who they call it.
Number 5 from Roland-Story, Carter Greenfield was back on D, kind of pushing on Landon. Little hand play both ways. It is defensive pass interference. That'll be refused, declined by the Tigers. So with 10:08 left, the Tigers hit on a big, 38-yard pass play?
37-yard play.
37-yard pass play.
And it was actually kind of a 50-50 ball, and Landon Howard the defender didn't turn around. Howard grabbed it and kind of fell into the end zone.
In other words, you'd call it a back shoulder fade kind of. That's kind of what it ended up, but it wasn't really intended to be that, I don't think. But nice job by Howard. So Kane the kick, they jump again. Now this happened last week. The Tigers 1 for 2. They always do if they get the penalty. We'll see if they do it this time.
I haven't seen it the call. They're going to call encroachment on the defense, so Tigers will get it from the 1.5. We'll see if they just kick it or try to. Generally, the reason we do that is we go for 2.
You're yard and a half to go. This time they're going to let them kick it.
I don't know if I've ever seen us kick it after getting
I don't think I've ever, in all the years I've watched, if we get that penalty, we always go for 2. But Kenny needs to get one under his belt, I think. This is a good idea.
Well, you can actually decline the yardage. It might actually be easier to kick it from a little
farther back.
There's the
Kenny got it up. And no good, wide left.
Plenty of distance, but missed left. The PAT is no good, but the Tigers mark up the...
A lot of leg on it. Went deep onto the track, but just a little bit wide left.
So Tigers lead 6-0 early on here at the 10:08 mark on the 37-yard touchdown pass from Matt Berge to Landon Howard.
It's always a tough one there, too, because I'm assuming that Kenny probably assumed that they were going to run for... I would have been thinking you're going for 2, so you're probably thinking you're done. And then you look over there and they say, no, go ahead and kick it. So, you got to change your mindset again. So,
yeah, I'm not sure that I've ever seen that. We don't need to dwell on that, but I usually we run our offense back out and we go for 2.
Yep. But I think it was nice. Nice to get Kenny a chance now with not pressure, right? We're early in the game. It's not like he had to tie up the game, so that's good. And it was a good kick. Just pulled a little bit left.
Matthew Koenig handles all the Tiger kicking duties, the PATs, field goals, and kickoffs and punts.
So the...
If you need to kick a tin can down the street, Matthew Koenig's very solid at the tin can kicking.
So right now, Roland-Story's got Zach Tweet back. You'll hear that name a lot, along with Colby Gray. And number 24, I think, who is Kyle Selby. So Tweet back there, Division I recruit. Koenig the kick. It's going to go to Tweet.
He's going to catch it at about the 5 over the top of his head. Cut all the way back across the grain. The Tigers were
good coverage.
Quick on the coverage. Good height on the kick. Really allowed the Tigers coverage team, Pat, to get down there.
That would be 22, 24, and 9 maybe for the Tigers. That would be...
Cruz Pierce is 9.
Carson Folkman, Kale... Is that Eiley?
Kale Eiley. Kale
Eiley? Yep. Good job there. And Cruz Pierce, good coverage. Excellent kick by Koenig. Deep, as Trent said, high.
Norse will start at their own 15-yard line. This is the first time we've seen them on offense.
4 wideouts.
3 left, 1 right, shotgun formation.
Hands off the guy behind him.
Quarterback's actually going to keep it and go nowhere. Quarterback is Drake Day.
That's 44, 99. Trying to go get Anthony Porter in there.
The Tigers' numbers easy to see tonight with the white shirts and black numbers. The black shirts and white numbers, for whatever reason, Pat, a little harder for me to
pick out.
Decipher. 25. Is that 25 in the backfield?
It is.
They're going to give it underneath.
So they handed it off to him. Got a little bit of a hole that time. And that is...
I don't have a 25 in my... Oh, Ben Chelsvig.
Chelsvig with the run, and that was 54. Caden Meskin on the defensive tackle.
Pat will try to give you the tacklers, and I'll try to run the offense. Ben Chelsvig.
Okay, can do that.
Good running back. They'll run 3 wide left again, 1 right to the right. That's Tweet over to the right. Tucker Hansen has drawn that duty tonight.
They're scattered wide, 3rd and 4.
Day's going to throw out to the right side. The ball's going to be caught at about the 20. Push forward. He's going to get close to first down, but not make it.
No, he's short. He's at the 24. It'll be 4th and 2, 4th and 1.5. Trent.
Carter Greenfield on the reception, but he's going to be well short. That'll force a Norseman punt.
That was Kenyon O'Brien and Gabe Killian there. And one more, we had Cooper Hearn there.
Trey Hansen, number 20, also in.
Trey Hansen in there as well, okay.
Pass
defense.
Looks like 83 Colby Gray will be back to punt. So he handles punt returns and punts on the same team.
And who do we have on our side back? Do we have Hansen back?
Tucker Hansen will be deep. Gray takes the snap, and he'll boot it.
Good kick.
Fair catch at the 40. I thought I saw a penalty flag go flying. Maybe it was a towel or something, but it's not. The Tigers will start at their own 40 after exchanging punts with the Norse with a 6-0 lead. 8:10 to go in the first quarter. Pat Starr and Trent Becker with Colt Schrader on the camera. From high atop the Roland-Story Stadium. A beautiful night for football tonight.
It really is gorgeous here tonight. When that rain came through earlier, I was a little worried, Trent, but it's cleared off well.
We'll talk about it here in a minute. The Gilbert Tigers cross-country team. Both boys and girls will head to Pella tomorrow, running the Pella cross-country festival. That's where they run with wooden shoes on because of the Dutch heritage.
A bit of a challenge there for the Tigers. They've struggled there with the wooden shoes in the past.
Been practicing all week running with wooden shoes. Berge up under center again. He'll give to not to Hansen this time. That's going to be Aiden Carr, and Aiden Carr's got a little bit of room to run. Carr's going to get about 15 yards. He was supposed to go left, kind of cut back against the grain. Pat picks up 15 yards.
Nice job by Aiden Carr. Little misdirection play, started left, went right.
Didn't see Aiden carry the ball much at all last week. Saw him catch a couple balls or have a couple balls thrown to him out of the backfield.
He had that one screen pass. So Tigers split out 4 this time. We have Anthony Porter.
Ethan Newell to the top of the screen.
Ethan Newell to the top, and then Howard and...
Now out of the shotgun, Newell come in motion. They're going to give it underneath to Aiden Carr again, and he's going to bite and spin. He's going to get 6 or 7 yards again.
That's a good little spin move there. Trent to pick up an extra 2.
Tigers really firing off the ball well early here.
I think that first touchdown got all the confidence. They weren't moving the ball necessarily, but that big throw, big catch by Landon Howard really has seemed to swing the momentum towards the Tigers.
Clock's rolling with 7:25 to play in the first quarter. Tigers up 6-0 here on a beautiful Friday night, the last Friday night in August. 2 football games in August this year. Kind of a rarity.
So Newell and Porter one way.
We're going to start Howard in motion now.
Anderson and Howard.
Berge take the shotgun snap. He's looking to throw left. Plenty of pass protection. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be holding. It's thrown right in the area where holding is the...
Number 77, Killian Erickson from the Norse was sitting there showing, grabbing his jersey to the ref and saying he had a hold of me here.
Maybe he just had some wrinkles in his shirt.
Could be some wrinkles, just straightening him out, just kind of smoothing it down. I think that's possible. Chop block.
That's blocking below the waist. I think that's blocking below the waist, not a chop block.
Not a chop block, okay.
I could explain the blocking below the waist penalty, but it's comprehensive. Blocking below the waist on the offense, and they'll see if they are gonna enforce it. The Tigers will get another down. The difference is a chop block is a personal foul. That's 15 yards. Blocking below the waist just 10 yards.
10 yards, okay. So he's second and 10.
You can't block below the waist unless you're in the free blocking zone, which is basically a little box around the defense and offensive interior lineman.
Gotcha.
If you're outside that, and I didn't see where it was at, but...
second and 15, I'm sorry, by the way. I called that wrong. Carr's out wide left with Porter.
Big Mitch Johnson into block.
Anderson, they're doing a screen. Nice little turn there.
Howard with a cut is going to get back against the grain. He's going to spin ahead. I think he's going to have the first down.
I think he does too. Very close, if not.
Now they kind of faked the screen to Johnson on the outside. They were going to run like a swing pass to him, and Howard slipped in the middle. And
Howard up hobbling here, not good. Little sensitive walk into the sideline.
Guessing the trainers will have to amputate one of his limbs for him to come out of the game.
He's coming out. Yeah, he's coming out. They brought a Newell for him then.
So Johnson will stay in, and that Aiden Carr would now be the back. Tucker Hansen getting a series off. Tucker Hansen playing defense tonight too, so that my guess is they're probably doing this by design.
Absolutely, give him a little break.
So power I formation with Berge up under center.
First down from the 32.5.
They'll give it to Carr over the left side. He's going to cut back against the right, push forward, and get 3 yards maybe.
Maybe three. Got close.
6:15 to go in the first quarter. Tigers up 6-0.
Tackle there by number 43, Carson Parker for the Norse.
Well, they're playing a lot of havoc on a lot of games tonight. I've been following Twitter. I follow the hashtag IAHSFB or whatever it is.
I should do that. That's a good idea.
So there's a lot of games that were moved up early, and there's a lot of rain south of us, but it's turned out to just be a beautiful night here in Story City.
Newell Anderson and Carr to the right.
Do a counter, give it to Mitch Johnson up the middle, and he bowls forward, puts his shoulder down, goes right up the middle. Good block, good push up front.
Another 5 yards there.
Bring up third and short, and you got to think here, Tigers are probably going to get 2 plays to do this.
I think so. The 25-yard line of the Norse, there's no reason to too long for a field goal. Not going to punt it, so I think you're right, Trent. Two tries from here.
To get 3 yards, I like our chances. Howard's back in the game. That's good news for the Tigers. Hey, be honest, Landon Howard, he may not be the greatest football player in the history of football, but he is a huge part of the Tigers' offense and what they want to do tonight. And you and I have watched Landon play a lot of sports, and he's good at sports.
Love to watch Landon play.
Turn and give to Carr. He's going to go left.
This is going to be tough. They broke through that time.
They'll need another play because they got pushed back about 3 yards.
Yeah, Jaden McDonald, number 52 for the Norse, made the first contact, and I don't know, a whole host of other guys broke through there too. Well played by the Norse. He couldn't even get started, Trent. They met him about the time he got the ball.
Aiden kind of had to just fold the lawn chair up and take his lick. So
that kind of changes your play call from 3rd and 2 to 4th and 5.
Probably looking at a throw here instead of a run.
I think so. Anderson and Howard split out wide right.
Going to spread everybody out. Berge be by himself in the backfield. He's got Johnson in the slot to the right.
Porter, now Carr in motion across formation, coming here to the right, to the near side. Berge rolls out. Throwing it deep downfield for, it's picked off in the end zone. Not much advantage, but that's okay.
It's going to be out of the back of the end zone.
Incomplete. That's really better for them.
If he intercepts it there, it saves the Tigers 2 yards.
It's true. Can he get the ball to 25?
So they'll actually get 2 yards out of the deal. The ball was intercepted. I don't know if that was Pittman or excuse me, Chelsvig or Tweet that was back there that got it. But good interception by Roland-Story. That was kind of a jump ball situation. And
no real harm in that one. They're talking about it right now. The officials, did he actually make the catch or not? If he did, it's the 25. If he didn't, it's the 27. And they've said, no, he did not catch it.
Oh, it was at the 27, so it actually it netted him 7 yards.
They did 7 yards going back to the 20, exactly.
The ball was at the 20.
So smart play would have been to drop the ball anyway, but that's okay. So Norse take over on their own 27.
Day's up under center. He's going to give it underneath this time.
Breaks the tackle.
He might go. It's kept at about the 40, or he was off to the races.
That's number 20 for the Tigers. That was Trey Hansen making the tackle.
Jacob Pittman with nothing fancy there, Pat. Just north-south running.
Right up the gut. Got by the one guy on defense for the Tigers. The middle linebacker couldn't make the tackle, and he just went straight up the gut and burst through. Good recovery by the Tigers. I actually thought he was going to go all the way when he burst through there. So good speed, good recovery. First down for the 39 of the Tigers for the Norse.
So one of the points of emphasis this year, like I said, is if you've got a pad or some sort of equipment problem.
Gabe Killian must have some equipment problem. They're sending him off, number 23. And who's coming in for Gabe?
It's going to be Ethan Newell on this side.
Ethan Newell, okay. So we got Caden Meskin, Newell, and Hanson on this side. Handoff up the middle again. Now he's going to the outside. Nice stiff arm. That is Tweet, by the way. Do a flag down.
I think Jacob Gilhouse might have got held on the back side of that, which is going to be about a 15-yard penalty.
It is a hold. Yep, good call.
It's a spot foul, so.
Drew Hawthorne?
23 is Hawthorne, not Killian.
Okay.
I didn't think that was him. He just didn't look like
it. It didn't look like Gabe either, yeah, but I couldn't tell. So Drew's got number 10, so
23 is Hawthorne. We apologize for.
Yeah, sorry about that to the Hawthorne family. Sorry about that. 23 is.
So after the hold, the ball's going to be back almost to midfield, and it's going to bring up second and 20 yards. That's a spot foul in high school football.
So I'm going to go back with the fact I'm assuming 10 will be Gabe Killian if he gets in. So Norse first and forever. They're going deep for the ball.
Day's going to throw.
Oh, he had a pressure by 54. Oh, now he's got a guy open. The Tigers. That's Tweet making the catch, isn't it?
Yep. Just tough to stay in coverage that long, Pat. And Tweet got behind Kenyon O'Brien.
Yeah, I think they bit when they had a little pressure on the quarterback. And the quarterback rolled out. I think the defense kind of let off, thinking he was going to run. Tweet continued to go deep. A nice long throw by the Norse quarterback. Well thrown ball. Good catch by Tweet.
Yeah, Drake Day, pretty good arm, chucked that ball all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Very nice throw.
It's just outside the 10, so the Norse could get a first down right short of the goal line.
In the middle. Oh, no, he's going to score. 21 here. Breaks free for the Norse.
Pittman on that inside trap that worked earlier, and it worked again there. So 3:04 to go in the first quarter. Norse with a chance to take the lead.
They're sending on their kicker. Let's see if 85 looks like he's going to be the holder for the Norse. That's Braden Flatbow is the holder. Or no, he's not. It's not. I'm trying to figure out. He caught the tee, but he's not the holder.
Like Pittman is going to kick it. The guy who ran it in is going to catch his breath and kick it.
Greenfield's the holder. Carter Greenfield, number 5. 21, Jacob Pittman with the kick. And we have a whistle. Another uniform problem, I think.
It's like Mitch Johnson's getting sent out this time. Well, again, point of emphasis here. We saw it about 5 times in the first quarter, then about once the rest of the game. So hopefully the Tigers will get their chin straps fixed and their pads and whatever they need fixed.
So who's coming in here now? That's 59 for the Tigers.
Pretty good rationale in that rule is you shouldn't run a play if your pads aren't correct. You know, that could be a injury situation.
Might be Tristan Striegel coming in there. There's the kick.
Pittman's low. Might have been blocked. I think it's going to be
wide right.
So 2 PATs mixed. The kicking, so it kind of cancel each other out. We'll call that now a no factor in the game.
So 3:04 left in the first quarter. Your score, Tigers 6, Norsemen 6. Now, Roland-Story really put that offense together that time, Trent. They found some stuff that worked. That kind of inside trap worked very, very well for them.
They'll run that again. They're not going to stop running that.
Yeah,
that's not something that you'll see them stop. That's kind of their offense, and then you got a weapon like Zach.
You got Tweet downfield there. I think Tweet, is he 6'2", I think? Is it there?
6'3".
6'3", okay. Yeah, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a load back there.
We talked on the way up here. You and I have seen Zach a lot play. He played in the North-Story County Little League. And I think I remember umpiring a game when he was about 9 or 10, and he was the tallest kid on the team and could throw
5'8" back then. Yeah,
throw smoke.
Yeah, Zach's a great kid. Just
his mom Renee served on the North-Story County board that you and I both served on, and pleasure to work with.
Very
also
much
our
pleasure.
Story County treasurer.
Story County treasurer, yeah. Renee Tweet.
Sometimes I walk in and like to renew my license plate. Hey, I know Renee Tweet, and guess what they say? So get your checkbook out, Slim, and write us a check.
So Pittman a kick here. We got Howard back and Hanson back, I'm assuming.
Pittman's kick is kind of a knuckleball. It's going to be caught at about the 30 by Tucker Hanson. He's going to get stood up at about the 37, but a good return. Tigers will start 1st and 10 there, tied 6-6. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter from Story City, Iowa.
Tackled by Carson Parker for the Norse.
Home of the Roland-Story Norsemen.
The field does look in good shape. I wonder if it as much rain as we did yesterday, because we had a lot of rain this morning in Ames.
Yeah, it rained hard at about 8 o'clock. It cut loose. And like I said, they played a freshman game on this field, and you wouldn't know it. It's
in good shape. It really is. I'm impressed.
A lot of rain here in the last few weeks. Most people's yards are greening up after kind of a dry August and late July.
Berge under center.
He's going to turn and fake it to Hansen, step up in the pocket and throw. Throws it towards the sidelines to Howard. He's going to catch it, but he'll be out of bounds. So 2 defenders, kind of a risky toss-up by Berge. Howard did come down with it, but he was well out of bounds when he caught it.
Carter Greenfield and Ben Chelsvig on the coverage. Yeah, very dangerous. You can see his confidence he has in Howard, though, can't you?
And I thought Berge might just tuck that under and run. It looked like he had a little...
I think he had a little running room. He could have probably done that and maybe got 5, maybe 10. Just depends on when he broke free there.
So Norse kind of captured the momentum here. They'd love to get a 3 and out, get the ball back to their skilled offensive players.
So Berge in the shotgun this time. Snap goes back.
Actually, it's Wildcat to Hansen.
Cuts it back inside. Nice run by Hansen. He's going to get a first down here, I think, Trent.
Yeah, he just kind of fought through a couple of tacklers, and Jack Hansen or Anderson outrun an interference. It wasn't, I would call it a great block, but Jack did what he had to do.
Right foot, left foot. They're going to mark him back, Trent. I thought he had it. Oh, he moved him back a whole yard. That's too bad. It's 3rd and 1.
They're going to go quick without a huddle here, and my guess is either Berge's going to keep it or...
I think that was I'm not sure about the spot there. Number 70 now from the Tigers gets sent off. The equipment failure.
I'd have to say one of the key things in this first quarter is the Tigers have never had their starters out there for more than a couple plays because of...
Ty German comes in for Gilbert. That's true. I think we've had 6 guys go off, 7 guys. All right. See what the Tigers can do on 3rd and very short.
They'll give it to Mitch Johnson, and he's going to
got it.
He's got the first down.
He's out to the 50.
At about 2 yards and a big, good sportsmanship there by both teams, helping each other up. I'd call this a rivalry, but I think it's a pretty friendly rivalry. I don't know that I've ever seen any ugliness.
Tresserman and Erickson on the tackle there. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a friendly. They play well. They like each other. They're friends outside of football. Play hard on the field, but now it's very good. Tigers have always been good about that too, Trent. I think they're a nice job of picking up the other team. Play hard during the play and help the guy up afterwards.
So back up under center is Berge. He'll take the snap. He's going to fake it. It's going to be a reverse to Landon Howard. He's going to cut back up.
Nice job.
Cut again and head outside. Breaks another tackle. He's going to slip out and get 8 or 9 yards.
Nice job by Howard.
That was mostly Landon Howard.
It really was.
He made most of that play.
He cut inside when he needed to, cut back outside, and got himself 7 yards on that run.
Yeah, I know when I moved here 10, 12 years ago thinking, the big rivalry with Roland-Story. Some of the nicest people I know are Roland-Story people. And if you tuned in tonight from Roland-Story, we're glad you're listening in. We hope to say nice things about your kid and your field and your athletics director, especially Brian Peterson, one of my favorite dudes.
Berge under center again.
Long count, he'll give it to Tucker Hansen on the left side. He'll juke and go. He breaks a tackle and spins out.
Nice
Tucker Hansen running like a bulldozer. Gets the first down. The Tigers are moving the chain.
A lot of YOC there, Trent. He broke a number of tackles there to get that 5-7 yards.
The Tigers can throw, but boy, it would sure be nice to get a little traction on the running game.
1:14 left here in the first quarter. Clock is now running again. They reset the chains. First down for the Tigers from the 36.
Mitch Johnson will head out, and Ethan Newell checks in for him. First down, a passing down. The Tigers will go 4 wide.
So we got Howard and Anderson on this side. Porter and Newell on that side.
Howard and Anderson generally go in pairs, whichever side of the field they go on, they go.
Very good in the shot. Hands off the Hansen up the middle. Well, they hold there a minute, and they just closed in a hurry.
Yeah, just really one guy to beat there. A good open field tackle by the Norse. Will bring Tucker Hansen down after a short game, maybe a yard and a half.
Number 56 there, Nathan Bell, I think, with the tackle.
Tigers will probably get one more play here, barring an incomplete pass or a out-of-bounds play. They're going to snap the ready to play at 31 seconds, so there's a chance this could be the last play of the first quarter.
So Anderson Howard go to the short side of the field. Hansen comes to the wide side. Tigers are a little confused with 13 seconds.
They're going to have to call a timeout. It didn't look like they might have been missing a player. Looked like somebody else should have been out on this side with Tucker Hansen. As they take a break, we want to thank Gilbert Booster Club, the Gilbert Foundation, for we're going to get some new equipment. Did you know this?
I was not aware of that. That's awesome.
We're also going to get a brand new Chevy Suburban to drive to all the games.
That's
I think
fantastic.
I heard that.
It seems like a good thing.
Oh, see,
I heard it might be like an RV. I thought we were getting like an RV so we could have the comfort and go out at halftime.
We got all the equipment to put in the thing.
We do.
We got to go get coal.
Got to get coal, absolutely.
We need a Suburban.
Cole needs a nap at halftime. I need a nap at halftime. You know, you got to have an RV so we can lay down. Yeah, sorry, Suburban to work, but I could go with an RV.
We are thankful for the Booster Club,
We
and
are.
they've really supported us well through the years. This is our 9th year, first football broadcast, first broadcast we ever did.
Right here.
And we couldn't even be in the press box because this is a new press box. The old one, there was no room. We were on that side of the press box in the back row, and we like duct taped this table to the bleachers, Tim and I.
Oh, really?
The Tigers had a thrilling come from behind win on kind of a Hail Mary pass to that corner of the end zone that Jordan knocked through to Luke Kearns.
There you go.
I see one of the guys, Jake Shadarwitz, is listening to the story. He likes the story. Tigers knocked off the Norse that time, and you could have heard a pin drop in there after that. I thought we were not going to make it out of here alive. Some of you listening maybe were at that game or know what I'm talking about. If Jen Reed's listening, Jen and Gary Reed, if they're listening, they may have been at that game because I think Christian might have been an underclassman on that.
So the Tigers back on the field now. 2nd and 9 from the 35 with the...
They're going to fake the reverse.
Nice.
Mitch Johnson, and he bowls forward. Mitch is going to be about a half a yard short, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
And that'll end it, I think. The clock's running down from 5 seconds to 0 here.
That will be the last play of the first quarter. So they use Landon Howard as kind of a decoy in that play and worked really, really well. Mitch Johnson had a gaping hole up the middle and runs.
Gets 8 yards out of that on a quick hitter, too. He's there in a hurry.
Super nice somersault dismount, too.
You got hit pretty hard by the ankles, that's true. I like the way Mitchell is just straight up and down runner, man. He is a power runner.
I could see him kind of getting more involved in the offense as the season goes along. He's been pretty effective tonight and last week too, where especially if you need that situation like Tigers have had a lot of backs that could do that through the years. Zach Becker, and
absolutely.
Corey Morrissey, and Cole Jackson, and Jared Gescheidler.
Yep, all the good guys there. Yep, I thought that was...
Chad Olson's listening at home. He said he wanted to ride along in the Suburban. Well, Chad, it's funny you should mention that because guess what? We also get a driver out of this deal, and I nominated Chad Olson.
There you are, Chad Olson.
He's going to be our driver because if you're going to go all that way, you might as well have a driver too. I'm going to guess Jim Nance. He's probably got a driver.
I would think he does.
Al Michaels probably doesn't drive to games. I don't know why we have to. We will have a special guest come up for a halftime interview, Brian Lounsbury, who's been our roving reporter from Huntington Beach, California. He watches the games and then provides some analysis from there. He's going to come up. He's back. He's a Roland-Story native. He's umpired a lot. You probably had him umpire maybe some of your kids' games. One of the best Little League umpires
He's very, very
in the history of North-Story County Little League.
Did a nice job.
And he's going to come up at halftime. We're probably going to just ask him how things are going in California with the wildfires and the earthquakes the other night. We had an earthquake there. I know he tweeted something about that.
But 5.3, I think it was.
Chad Olson said he's into drive. We get him on those little derby hats.
Oh, the little hats. Oh, absolutely. If you're a driver, you got to have the chauffeur hat, man. That just goes without saying.
Chad, the foundation's just given us a credit card and said whatever you need.
Whatever we want.
So we'll do that.
So 3rd and 1 here for the Tigers from the 27-yard line of the Norse.
They will turn and give it to Aiden Carr, and he's going to push forward. He'll have the first down.
Oh, nice. Runs through a tackle. Oh, we got a flag, though. I would think it would be a face mask because there's no blockers around there. But we'll see what we get here.
Ball's thrown pretty much right where the tackle is.
There are 4 guys, unless they're calling Aiden for hitting too hard.
Well, I see Jacob Gilbert, one of the team captains, clapping. That usually means that the call is going to go in. So
a 5-yard face mask, you think? Is what I'm getting. Oh, no. Personal foul.
It's going to
low to the side of the head, right? Is that a hit to the helmet?
Yeah, and that's a pretty big penalty. That's going to be half the distance because they're inside the 30. So it's going to be a 7.5-yard penalty is all. But it's a first down on the play, and the Tigers will get a few more.
Yeah, it's from the 22 to the 11, so they're just about the 11-yard line, just outside the 10. So 1st and 10 from there for the Tigers. Good run by Aiden. Man, he just blew through the first tackler, met him out at the line of scrimmage. Aiden blew through him, and then the next 3 guys kind of came in. One of them came in a little high. There, that's the call. So Tigers have first down from the 11.
So Berge will come up under center again. He'll take the snap as Landon Howard comes in motion. They'll turn. They'll give it to Carr again on the left side. He'll come back. He's going to squirt through and get inside the 5. I believe just inside the 5. Kind of a funky angle here. I can't see real well.
It is hard to see from right here. Yeah, I think you're right. About 3-yard line maybe. I'm looking at the ref on this side. He's at the 4. The ref on this side, I think.
So they can get a first down at about the 1.5-yard line.
I think so. Yes. So he's second at about 3, and I think from the 4. If I'm watching where the referee on this side is standing. Nice run by Aiden again. Good cutback, good power run. So Anderson, Howard wide left. Johnson and Carr behind Berge. Carr again, nice run. Oh, met hard though. I thought he was going to get there.
Just short of the stake. They kind of overloaded that left side and ran
down to
Carr between the guard and tackle over the left side. That's going to be over where the Steenhook boys roam.
Jacob Pittman on the tackle for the Norse.
2 Steenhook boys on the left side. Right side's got Teresi and Gilbert. The center is Isaac Rotman.
Let's say 3rd and 1 here from the line. The Norse stacking up the center of the line here.
Long count by Berge. He'll give it to Mitch Johnson.
He curls and rolls.
Got the first down.
Get the first down. I think you're right, Trent.
Just outside the goal line, just short of the goal line is Mitch Johnson.
Watching where the umpire came in from the far side. I'm pretty sure it's a first down.
That will be
first down. Yep, they marked 4th down in the chain gang, but it is first down for the Tigers from the 1.
Could see Mitch getting the ball here again. I can
see that. No need to get too fancy, do you think, here, Trent, with 4 plays from the 1 yard line?
Lots of positive yardage plays so far tonight for the Tigers. I think they will go right back to that inside running game. But
or if you're playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl, you could try to throw a pass here. I'm expecting the pass. I'm going to go for the Super Bowl pass. No, it's Aiden Carr. Oh, they're out outside and he scored.
Carr will punch it in, make it 12-0. Tigers, it was 6-6 before that. The touchdown makes 6. Tigers will see if they go for 2 here if they're going to kick it. I do not see Kanan come on, so I think Tigers will go for 2 and try to get that point back.
Looks like they are, yeah.
So Aiden Carr on the 1 yard run.
1 yard run with 10:08 left in the second.
That's when they scored their touchdown.
They scored the first. I noticed that, yeah. That's very good. Very consistent. Oh, Koenig is on, Trent. They brought Koenig out.
I didn't see him.
No, I didn't either, but he is out there, so they're going to try to kick it again. Holder for the Tigers is Matt Berge, the quarterback. They went beast mode on that one. My Seattle fans will understand that reference. Norris jumped again. That's nice. Well hit.
Best kick we've seen all year.
Oh, that was jacked. He hit that dead straight, end over end.
I believe that's the first PAT attempt for no, actually the second one. We didn't have any last week because we went for 2 on the.
Correct. But he hit that well. I'm happy to see that. Kudos to coach for letting him kick that first time. I think Kenny just needed to get out there, right? Get a little confidence. Mm-hmm. Pretty nerve-wracking, I think. All the guys who've played sports, especially as a kicker, you're kind of out there on an island, right? And the ball comes in, and you can start to think it too much. Kenny does a really nice job. Thatcher's been doing that for years for the Tigers as well. I think once you get in that cadence, and that was really well hit. I'm expecting Kenny to hit like 27 in a row now from this point forward.
Tigers have had some good kickers through the years. I think of Andrew Thatcher and Jacob Houston. What do you call him? The turf guy. What do you call him? Lentz? Josh Lentz?
Oh yeah, Josh Lentz.
Good kicker. One of the Schmidt boys. We've had about 4 of them. I can't remember which one. Not Dan. One of the Schmidt guys. We've had some good kickers through the year. We've enjoyed Jacob Houston. Will probably always go down as one of my favorite kickers.
He's a good guy.
Very good at the onside kicks.
So Kenny will come out to kick again. Tweet is back dead center. The Norse also have number 21 back there.
Pittman.
That's Pittman, and who's on the far side? Can you see that? 80-something?
I believe that's Greenfield.
83, that makes sense. That'd be the same guy. Yep. Colby Gray, actually.
Colby Gray, not
83,
Greenfield.
Colby Gray, yep.
I knew it was a G.
I'm a little slow. It's kind of the same guys usually back there. Good kick. This is going to go to Tweet again. No, it's not. They kind of battle for it. Pittman.
That's 24, not
24.
Pittman.
It's not Pittman. Oh, he's got a hole.
That's 24. Kyle Selby.
Didn't see him. 54 on the tackle for the Tigers. That's Caden Meskin.
Caden Meskin, one of the sophomores playing tonight, probably saved a touchdown there.
I think he did.
Selby got a good head of steam going up the middle of the field.
He did. Just kind of opened it up nicely by the Norse.
One thing I can tell you that I've seen tonight from Roland-Story, they run really, really hard.
They do.
Tigers are going to have to tackle, and they're not going to get many second chances. Tweet will come split to the right with Carter Greenfield. I think I may have said Colby Greenfield last time. I meant Carter Greenfield. I apologize if you're listening from Roland-Story if I botched it. I don't mean to do that.
Carter Greenfield. We're just getting to know your guys' name. We got to look at the thing, and it's kind of dark in the booth.
Underneath the Pittman and that inside trap again.
Oh, he's running hard.
Got pulled down from behind by Meskin. Meskin, a wrestler. That looked like a 2-point takedown in wrestling.
It did.
That inside trap has worked really well, and we'll see if
Roland-Story right there.
Matriculate a little bit down the field using that inside trap.
Working really well for him right now. I mean, if you can get 7 yards, 20 yards a pop, I don't know why you go away from that right now, Trent.
Probably not.
Tigers got to do something there.
Day will come up under center. He's worked
Tweet and Gray wide this side.
Almost exclusively out there. The snap and the give to the right side. That's going to go. He turns ahead and gets the first down. Good second effort by Ben Shelsvig, the feature back. I don't know if you really call him the feature. They actually run him and Pittman probably about the same number of times. I didn't look who had the most carries last week, but they both had a lot of carries.
Porter, Cooper Hearn, and Gilbert on the tackle. But, yeah, he did a nice job of fighting through that arm tackle to get the extra yard for the first down.
So Roland-Story with a little momentum now. They get a first down on their first drive here of the second quarter.
9:08 left in the second quarter.
Day will give it right side over Chelsvig, and he's getting pulled out to the line of scrimmage by, I believe, by Cooper Hearn.
Cooper Hearn.
No, it wasn't Cooper.
Was it Gilbert 70, or who got it? 50?
I can't tell.
46. Might have been Cooper in there. Mitchell Johnson back there. 46 is down there, too. Caden Meskin was in there. Gilbert was
46 Johnson.
Yeah, 46 was Johnson. Mitchell Johnson with the tackle.
We saw his parents and little brother walking as we drove up to the stadium tonight. Mike the Butcher Johnson, my favorite butcher.
Kobe Gray goes out for the Norse. We got Carter Greenfield and Tweet wide on this side.
Shotgun formation now by Day. Low snap. He does a good job pulling in. He's going to pump fake.
He pump fakes and he's got him, but he's got to be able to get it there. Throws it short. Nice coverage by the Tigers.
Tucker Hansen puts him down. They're going to give him forward progress all the way back at the line of scrimmage, but it's blown dead back then. Little scrum for the ball. A lot of little nonsense after the play was over, but Tigers sniffed that out well.
Nice job by
Greenfield did have a step, and
he did. I was afraid if he threw that right away. He's got a good arm, too. He just didn't want to release that on that time.
Trey Hansen was playing catch-up. He did get back there, and I think he could have probably been a factor in that play, but pump fake by Day, and they had Tweet going down the sideline. So Tigers kind of avert disaster there.
3rd and 11. Good job. Good recovery.
8 minutes to go in the first half. It's 13-6. Tigers lead the Roland-Story Norse.
Timeout.
Norse are going to call a timeout. Probably good use. They got 3 in the first half.
Yep, and 8:01 left, and if you don't get something measurable here, you almost have to punt it back. So from the 50, or 49, I'm sorry, if they're Norse on their own side of the 49. 3rd and 11.
Or the 51-yard line, depending on how you look at it.
51, depending on how you want to look at it. It's, thank you, sir. So well played game so far, Trent. Pretty evenly played.
Just the one turnover, which was a big turnover. The Tigers capitalized on
That was huge, that punt.
The first series, the Tigers had to punt, and the punt was muffed by the Norse. The Tigers picked it up and went down in and scored. At the 10:08 mark, Landon Howard on a 36-yard touchdown catch where he got stood up at the goal line, went in. The PAT after a penalty was no good. The Norse answered at the 3:04 mark in the first quarter. Jacob Pittman on a 10-yard run on an inside handoff. The extra point was wide right, and that knotted the score at 6-6, and the Tigers just answered with a 1-yard touchdown run from Aiden Carr after a really, really nice drive down the field where the Tigers ran the ball using Mitch Johnson, Aiden Carr, Tucker Hansen, all contributed on that drive, and the PAT was good that time. The score is 13-7, 8:01 to play in the first half. Really good game here from Norsemen Field and Roland-Story High School, just across the street. Dale take the snap. He's going to give it to he's going to keep it and go up the middle. He's going to get a block cut back. He's going down the left sideline. He's going to get run out of bounds down there, but fake handoff, and I bid on it too. A really well-designed play. Day just kept the ball and goes up the middle as fast as he can go. And boy, one thing I've seen a lot of high school football in the last 10 years, Pat, when you can get that much momentum going, and Day really accelerated well, and the Tigers were just, by the time they realized he had the ball, he was 8 yards down the field.
That's Drew Hawthorne on the tackle. Call it a touchdown same time. I guess there were a host of Tigers closing in, but nice run by Day. Good tackle by Hawthorne. Way to get back there. First down from the 27, 28. Now they did do the handoff.
Schultzfigger on the right side. He's going to get pulled down at about the 23-yard line by Cooper Hearn.
Gain of 5, gain of 6.
Norse knifing through the Tiger defense on this drive better than they did on the first drive.
That's too bad. 3rd and 11, big play with the fake handoff and the quarterback keep. Got them out there for like 20 yards, so they're now second down from the 24.
Clock rolling about 7 minutes when this snap happens.
Dylan Matheson in for the Norse on the whiteout.
Shotgun formation. Day will take the ball. He's going to do a zone read, give it up the middle. It's going to be ahead for short gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
Big on the run there.
Bring up 3rd and 2. And again, we talk about we don't want to overuse the 4-down territory, but I don't think the Norse would probably try a field goal from here. They would run a couple plays.
Exactly.
Tigers are going to need their ears to get pinned back and have a good defensive stand here. Keep the Norse off the...
Trusty on that tackle, by the way. So 3rd and about 2. from the 22. Hand off up the middle. Chelsvig, I think he's got it there, Trent.
Does. Gets met at the line of scrimmage and shoves
The ball
forward.
popped loose, but no, it didn't. They're running down.
Tigers are still fighting for it. That play was blown dead.
Yep.
So first down now inside the 20-yard line in the red zone. About the 17-yard line. The Norse. I see big number 78, Nick Hansen, with a knee brace on here on the sideline. I had him in driver's ed. He was one of my. He barely fit in my car. He's a large.
He's a big
boy.
guy, yeah.
Tore his ACL in a camp this summer. Talk about him here in a minute. Day will take the snap. He's going to fake it, roll left.
Bootleg left.
Nobody out there.
Got some room to run. Hearn after him.
Run out of bounds. Out there, well defended. Once they realized he was running.
That's Hawthorne running him out of bounds again. 2nd and 2, maybe? From the 12. So gain of 8 on that. Was 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 2.
Tigers defense huffing and puffing here. The Norse have really kind of had their way bringing the ball down the field. They're under 6 minutes to go now. The ball out of bounds. Clock is stopped. 2nd and 2. They're going to give it inside to Pittman. Pittman's going to push through. Just a lot of... they just burst through the line very, very fast. The Norse hit the line really hard, hit those holes. They don't have to hold their blocks very long, and he's going to get a first down.
So it's first and goal for the 5. Through the officials on the 5-yard line. So first and goal from the 5. Tigers need to stiffen now with 5:45 left in the second quarter.
BC Moore Rankins was right. This is a pretty evenly matched game here so far in the first half, and Day will come up under center, I formation with Chelsvig and Pittman behind him.
Tweet and Greenfield out wide left.
They're going to give it to Chelsvig on the right side.
On the outside. He's got room. He just outran him. Good speed.
Chelsvig just took the handoff and really nobody could get to him. 5:23 to go in the first half.
Yeah, he's got some wheels. Just had an opening on the right side of their end or outside their end on the right-hand side. He just outran the Gilbert defense to the corner.
So I think both teams have made some in-game adjustments here and really had 2 good drives here on the last 2 that we've seen. Roland-Story will...
Going for the PAT, you think? Or are they going to... Yep, they are. So 13-12 right now.
Pittman kicks it.
Another another uniform issue.
Carter Greenfield. Now one of the Norse is going to have to come out.
Number 60 for the Norse. That's...
So a couple of points of emphasis. I know you listened last week that we talked about. My brother's an official who does a lot, so he kind of gives me this. This was a big point of emphasis, and the other thing is the amount of time in between plays. They're slowing things down in between plays, so it's not marked ready for play nearly as fast. And we saw that come into play last week.
Absolutely, at the end of the game.
When they were salting the clock away.
Yep, I saw that very much so. I'm glad to hear that. I wondered about that because it's there taking a long time.
Kick is up. This one's going to be good.
There you go.
Right back where we started, Pat. All tied up. 13. Good football game here from Story City tonight.
Both kickers adjusted well on their second kick. That was end over end, straight through. Looked good. So 13-0 with 5:23 left in the second quarter. Or the first half, as we like to say. 13-13 Tigers and Norse.
So I always hesitate to say this, but the Tigers would certainly like to make this the last possession of the first half.
Absolutely.
And so even if they don't score, they don't want to give the ball back to Roland-Story, who's really kind of recaptured the momentum here.
They have.
Back and forth first half. 5:23 to go in the first half. Tigers and the Norse all knotted at 13. I think we're going to have Brian Lounsbury on at halftime.
Howard and Hanson are deep for the Tigers.
So, Pat, I want you to get the bleep button ready to bleep Brian Lounsbury if we need to. I don't know if we have one of those. Just turn the dials down.
You should have a cough button. We have a talk back. Is that a bleep button? So Pittman to kick off. It's the Norse crowd into the game a little bit here now with that touchdown.
Good crowd tonight, across the way. Ball's kicked on the ground. It's headed out of bounds.
Mike out of bounds. Howard trying to be safe so they didn't recover it. That's too bad. It would have bounced probably out of bounds and ball to 35, but Howard trying to make sure, which is great.
What you don't want to do, though, is have that bounce
back the other way. Exactly. Nice job by Howard. Deflected out of bounds. Look at the ball about the 28.
I don't know how close that was to the out of bounds, but the Tigers will get it wherever.
25, I guess.
Wherever Howard or whoever it was over there that touched it. I didn't think it was Howard, but I didn't see. I thought it was
25. I think it was Howard, but maybe not. It was Howard
either him or
Hanson.
Hawthorne.
It might have been Hawthorne too. He's short, I guess.
Just outside the 26-yard line is where the Tigers will start 1st and 10.
Not a bad Spartan plot. Here we go. Anderson, Howard wide right. Berge under center.
Long count by Berge. He's going to turn and give it to Aiden Carr over the right side. He'll juke, gets outside, spins back inside. He's going to get 10, 12 yards. Good run by Aiden Carr on first down.
Out to the 39, and I think 38 and a half. Well done.
So we saw Tucker Hansen on the first drive, but we've seen a lot of Aiden Carr here on the last couple drives, and he's been very effective.
Aiden's looked very good, hasn't he? He's been going, hitting the hole in a hurry, making good decisions when to cut, running north and south a lot. Yeah, it took a long time to set the clock. You're actually right about that, Trent. I noticed that last week of the game. I'm glad to have an explanation from yourself.
Which I'm not sure I understand. I understand the rationale on the other one, but this one, if the ball's sitting on the ground and everybody's ready to go,
why wouldn't you call it in?
Blow the play clock? Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused by that last week.
I don't know that anyone would get an advantage on that.
So Berge, someone moved. Did someone jump? I think the Tigers may have moved. Berge was trying to get the receiver to go in motion.
Yeah, I was looking in the backfield, but it could have been a disastrous play had it not been.
I think the Tigers jumped. Yeah.
He was trying to get Tucker Hansen to come in motion, and I think it threw off the timing of the play. So it'll be 1st and 15 now. Not a devastating penalty by any means. So the clock will wind here when they get it ready to go. 4:56 to go in the first half. Game all tied at 13. Ball's at the 34-yard line. 1st and 15.
So Anderson, Newell, and Hawthorne come wide this way.
Tucker Hansen now back in the game at tailback. Berge will take the snap. He's going to step back and throw a screen out to Hansen. Hansen catches it. Gets caught behind the line of scrimmage, but somehow slips out of the tackle. He's going to get a couple yards back, but that was well sniffed out by the Norse.
Very well defended. Could have lost 5, but he lost 2, I guess.
I think Sean Reisinger, 75, got in there and kind of messed that whole play up. Well defended by the Norse.
So 2nd and 19 or so for the Tigers.
So back to what I said.
Yeah, exactly what you said. We did not want to have happen.
So it's 2nd and 20 now. Ball's at the 30. The Tigers need to get almost all the way to midfield to.
Hansen's hurt too. He's hobbling off a little bit. So Carr comes in. Hansen, little gimpy.
Kind of got spun around there. Carr will be back in. He'll be right behind, right next to Matt Berge now in the shotgun formation.
4 wide. Now 3 one way, 1 the other for Berge.
Newell's going to look to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Fires a dart across the middle of the field. He had Jack Anderson there, but led him just a little bit too far.
And that stops the clock as well with the incompletion. So 3:43 left.
Anderson probably would have got 10 or 12 yards that had he caught it. So
the
Tigers would still be looking at 3rd and 8 or 9. He was open for a second.
That's one of those ones. Yeah, I don't know if he miscommunication on the part of the quarterback or not, or if the receiver is supposed to continue that route, but he was there. A couple guys open.
Coach Jim Clark's sister listening in. She's, I think, from up here and lives in Roland. Good to have you back on the air. Good game tonight.
3rd and 20 now for the Tigers. Tough call here. You could try to run some clock. Norse could stop the clock to make sure there's plenty of time left. So we'll see what the Tigers elect to do.
They're going to throw. Berge will step up. He's got Jack Anderson wide open at the 40. He's going to slip a tackle.
Turns and runs.
Ahead again. Now you got 4th and 4 with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. This is a
tough call
decision here.
Big decision here. 4th and 4.
Tigers won't huddle. They're going to come up. They might have had 2 plays called here.
What are they going to try to go for right away? Maybe
try to do a long count.
Oh, what do they do? Oh, now we have a uniform problem again. Dang it. That messes up.
Tigers are going to have to do something different on that.
Jacob Steenhook had a uniform on the play, so Caden Meskin will come in. Bad news is I think the Tigers were going to try to get him to jump. They got within 5, and now that advantage is kind of gone here.
Berge on the long count.
Yep.
It's not going to work.
Sideline. 15 seconds still on the game clock. Go to the side.
They're just going to call a timeout. 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Norse have held.
3:01 left.
To punt with 3 minutes to go.
Yep, that's too bad. You can see what they're trying to do there, Trent. They wanted, the excitement, the crowd was yelling. They're trying to get the Norse to jump offside, and when you get that uniform malfunction, that pretty much takes away that the hype, right? They got time to settle down. They got time to think about it. One guy flenched. The defensive right tackle over here flinched on it, but he did not jump. And after that, it was kind of all over but the crying. So 3:01 left, 13-13, 4th and 3 from the 46. So the Norse are here on the near sideline, huddling up, discussing where they're going to go next. The Tigers on the far sideline. They're going to punt. Koenig punting. He's hit a reasonable punt the first time up. So 3:01 left. The Norse are going to have plenty of time to move the ball. They have 2 timeouts left and 3 minutes on the clock. That's more than enough time for the Norse to score the way they move the ball. In fact, I'd say with 3 minutes left, Trent, they have the entire playbook open to them. There's no need to start passing right away. They could run, pass, do whatever they want to do to that little trap play.
Yeah, we'll see what they go with here. The Tigers.
So they're sending Tweet, Chelsvig.
Now Koenig's going to come out. Tigers are going to kick this away.
They are. Norse aren't believing it, though. They're staying on the ball. Oh, now they're going to send back Gray back. Colby Gray heading deep. Norse not completely buying it. They got 10 guys by the line of scrimmage. But I don't think the Tigers are going to fake it here.
They won't. Koenig will take the snap. He'll boot it to the right. A high wobbly kick.
That might work. A nice forward bounce would be nice. Nice forward bounce. It does make a nice bounce.
It's going to roll all the way down and inside the 15, probably the 12 or 13 yard line. I can't see that far, Pat.
It's about the 13. You got
freshman won 38-6. Gilbert Tiger freshman Jack Shadarowitz, who's I practically raised, Pat. He just lives across the street down a few doors. I practically raised Jake Shadarowitz.
There you go.
I put like a little plate with some food on the front porch.
The front porch one.
Jake would come over and eat.
They called it, apparently I missed that. Was there some flag someone just said?
Some sort of malfeasance. I didn't see what it was.
And it's way over here on the sideline. That's an odd play on the kicking team.
Well, I would think certainly.
Blocking the back on the Tigers. I'm waiting to see who it's against.
It's an illegal shift on the Tigers. Illegal
they're
motion.
making them kick it again.
Well, it's going to run a little more clock off, but the Tigers certainly are not going to be able to pin them down at the 13-yard line.
Now it'll be 4th and 9 from about the 41 here, Trent.
So illegal motion. It could have been the guy who came in motion went forward.
Our guy went forward. I noticed he did come field a little bit quick, a little anticipation. Easy to do. He just jumped a little bit early. He cut up field early, as Trent said. That's a no-no in football. You can't be moving towards the line of scrimmage until the ball is snapped.
Unless you're playing in Canada.
Unless you're playing in Canada.
Football League you can, or arena football. This
so see what Koenig has here. So Tigers on their own 41. Koenig the punt again. We'll see how much they lose on that penalty. They were at the 13 before. In motion again. Doesn't go this time. This time he waited really long.
And even a better kick this time.
It looks good.
Bouncing about the 20.
Oh, it took a different bounce though.
Better punt this time. Didn't get it. Not going to net as much yard, but all things equal. I think we take the net difference there. No return, which is probably the best outcome of that punt.
At the 21, so about 8 yards lost, which is not bad considering a 5-yard penalty.
2:38 to go in the first half.
And it did take off another 10-15 seconds, Trent. You're right. So that was probably not a bad trade. I think we trade 15 seconds for 7 yards or so.
And again, no return. So
yep.
The Tigers' defense will come out and try to keep the Norse at bay here for the last 2:38 in the first half.
That's basically a 40-yard, almost exactly a 40-yard punt coming from the Tiger 41 down to about the 21. So 38 yards on the punt, 39 yards. Good punt by Koenig. 2:38 left for the Norse in the second quarter. They do hand it off. Chelsvig met immediately.
Chelsvig's going to get stuffed at about the
Porter and Hearn on that
15-yard line and pushed back. Well defended there by the Tigers. Tigers can ill afford to have a foolish penalty here, a face mask or late hit. They need to keep the.
I thought that there too. Might want to let go there a little early. The whistle blew as they were kind of pushing him down, and it's one of those ones you just let go right when you hear the whistle. Once you hear them both, all the whistles blowing, like 3 of them, you know you're not going to have to worry about him breaking free.
So the Norse now with about they'll snap this with under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
2nd and 15. I'm guessing it's a throwing down. 2 wide left for the Norse.
I always wanted to account for Zach Tweet where he's at the.
Hawthorne's got to go off with the uniform malfunction now.
Yeah, it's a rule. I mean, they're enforcing the rule that they were told to do, but the Tigers have got to do a better job of
getting it back in place before they set.
So that'll allow the Norse to.
Comes on.
They're going to re-huddle here.
They shouldn't though, because the clock is running. So we'll take that.
But the play clock reset at 25, which we'll
take. They don't
take.
seem in any rush here, Trent. They may be going the other way. I thought they'd try to score. Maybe they don't want to give the Tigers at 2nd and 15. They almost seem like they're going the other way, where they don't want to give it back to the Tigers too early. This play call will tell us a lot.
So Tweet is going to be at the top of the screen. It looks like Tucker Hansen will be on him.
They hand off the middle. Yeah, they're just kind of conceding that.
Now the Tigers might want to think about
Tigers might want to call a timeout with 3rd down and 16.
Minute and a half to play in the first half.
This is where you take a long time to set that clock again.
Now they're going to take.
Now they take it. So 3rd and 15 for the Norse or so. It's always a tough call, Trent, because you call this and they get hit a big play out to the 45 and you just helped them out. But if you stop them again, you'll get the ball back with about a minute left in the half. Being a true Iowa State fan, I've seen this many times over the year where we do this and then they hit a 90-yard long pass play and
think they're going to put a few more seconds back on the clock. I just saw the linesman on this side, the line judge. They'll have the coaches, radio the coaches in the booth, and they'll reset the clock. I think they're going to put it back to like probably 124, 125.
We'll see where they go. So 13-13, Norse and Tigers here with 120 right now for the moment, 121 left in the first half.
Really a pretty fun first half, kind of back
Very
and forth
fun
game, and seeing momentum swing both ways, and I think it's been
very
as
competitive.
advertised. We
It
saw
has.
billboards all the way up here saying it's going to be a close game tonight.
We did.
Some
Brett Moore,
commercials
kudos
there.
to Brett. Brett might call it a close game. Brett said it was going to end in double overtime.
Cole Schrader's a youngster. The social media, Cole, did you see anything on social media about this game? Cole's just giving me the man a few words. Cole Schrader said no. I do know.
They did put 3 seconds back, Trent, so you're right. 124 left now on the clock.
I thought it ran off a few after they'd called it.
Third and 15 from the 16. Norse come out of the huddle now. Sent Tweet and Gray wide left.
Greenfield.
So Greenfield, sorry. Gray's 83, sorry.
So Hawthorne's back in the game now. He's got his
Day under center.
equipment. The Tigers will drop back. They're going to just
Hand off again to Chelsvig. Hit immediately.
It's going to lose yards with fourth down here. You at least want to make them punt it. Well, they're going to have to. 1:15 to go in the.
You don't want to run this down. Why were we not calling timeout? I don't get it.
So this is where the Tigers will either try to block this or make sure they get a good setup because they're going to get the ball back with a little bit of time
So
left
they
on
blew
the
the
clock.
clock. It's going to be 40 seconds left. The clock's going with 21 left and 1 minute left on the game clock. So they'll punt with 40. They do keep 2 timeouts in their possession, so they can call timeout themselves.
They'll send Tucker Hansen back. He's going to set up shop at about the 44-yard line.
So the Norse, I'm guessing, will run this all the way down, maybe call timeout themselves. They're not in any hurry to get to the line. Or they'll take the penalty. I don't know which they'll do. They took the timeout. Yep, coach called it with no time left. So 41 seconds left.
Timeout, Roland-Story.
Troy Stout, one of our colleagues, our broadcast colleagues watching at home from the
Hey, Mr.
Google
Stout.
machine. Hi, Troy. Troy, if there's any chance you could come over and mow my front yard tonight before you go to bed, before you head to Pella tomorrow to take the cross-country team down there to run in the Norse invite. I think one of Troy's jobs, because there's college football on tomorrow, Troy, and I'd like to not have to mow tomorrow. One of Troy's jobs is to sand the wood shoes. He's home
Oh, he
tonight
does
with
that.
a
Okay.
belt sander,
All right, very good. Thank you, Troy.
sanding the
Don't send too much in the bottom, though, Troy. They get a little slippery on that grass. If you've got to leave a little bit of grip on those shoes.
Reese Tyler, the top-rated 3A. He goes with mahogany.
Mahogany. That's good.
It's his favorite brand of wood shoes to run in. I've actually driven the bus for that and been down to that. That's a really fun meet. I don't know if you've ever been to.
I've never
It's
been
ran
there.
right on the Central College campus.
Oh, is it?
Just south and west of the Central College campus. And there's about 1,000 schools at that thing. It's a big,
Huge event.
oh, there's probably 30 or 40 buses, I'm guessing.
So is that
Punt formation, it looks like,
it's Gray, isn't it? Colby Gray back.
sure.
Kicking.
I can't see.
83, I think it's Colby Gray. He'll kick. Hansen, as Trent said, about the 43.
Good
So
snap. He's going to get the punt away. Oh, the Tigers almost block it.
I don't know how they didn't.
Hansen will catch the ball about the 47. He's going to cut it back up the middle. Break a tackle. He's keep going. The Tigers with good field
Great
position now.
out of the 28.
28.5 seconds in the ball to 28. The Tigers will have a couple of shots to try to score here.
They do have 2 timeouts left. They let the clock run before, but that gives them extra timeout now.
Gilbert, ball on the 28-yard line.
I was kind of surprised Gilbert didn't call that timeout with like 1:05 left to stop the clock.
So Randy Sneezik feverishly calling maybe even a couple plays. The Tigers will run with 28 seconds to go. Do they still have one timeout?
They have 2, I think. Oh, no, we had to call one, didn't we?
Yeah, we
At the
called
end of
one
the first
earlier,
half.
so-
That's right. So we have 1 left.
I believe we have one timeout. Isaac Rotman will snap the ball between his thighs to Matt Berge, number 1.
Tigers go 3 wide left, 1 wide right.
Mitch Johnson in to block. Berge will take the shotgun snap. He's going to look to throw. He's got Howard out in the flat. He's going to catch it. Needs to get out of bounds, and he does. Inside the 20-yard line down to the 19, 18-yard line.
I don't think he quite got the first down, but that's okay. 2nd and a half yard with 22 seconds left.
Downs really aren't the issue here. It's time on the clock.
It is.
The Tigers, Matthew Koenig, I would assume, is over warming up his toe.
18-yard line.
Probably almost in range right now. At the
Koenig with a
20.
good leg. I don't know exactly what his range is. I don't have that on my scouting notes.
3 wide right, 1 wide left. Say that 3 times fast. Berge in the shotgun.
He'll take the snap, step straight back, step up in the pocket, nobody open. Now he throws it to the end zone. He's got somebody wide open. Anthony Porter
all alone.
Nobody picked him up.
Oh, I do not know how Porter got that open. I was not looking down there, but he was standing by himself in the end zone.
Well, you'll
Somehow the Norse lost track of Anthony Porter.
Anthony Porter, I believe, with his first touchdown catch of his career. I don't remember any other one. He could not have been any more wide open. And sometimes you'll see in that case where you just
drop the ball, right? Because he watched it all the way in. Nice job by Anthony getting back there. You could see the panic in the Norse. Having played safety myself, more than once I was watching a receiver behind me, and you are running with all abandon, hoping to get there in time. They could not get there. Nice catch by Porter. Watched it in. Koenig now to try the extra point with 15 seconds left.
Berge will take the ball, put it on the tee. And
nice kick by Koenig again. I told you, he's got it down now, baby. Nice kick.
So, huge momentum swing again, and we've said that many times. I'm kind of beating that into the ground, but we have seen it go back and forth. Tigers with a field position punt, good return by Tucker Hansen, and a couple of really good plays. Matt Berge looked as good as he's looked all year. Really threw a couple of good balls in there, and really with the wherewithal to find Porter in the back of the end zone, he hauls it in, and Tigers will go in at halftime.
That was really real pleasant.
With the momentum, I'm not going to say the lead because every time I say something like that, something disastrous
it's possible.
happens.
The Norse could score here. I would think the Tigers might squib this one to try to keep it from getting. Actually, I see number 13 out there instead of 18.
That's Grant Gardner. I think it might be just his job to.
Oh, it'd been the tee out. That could be.
I know who number 13 is.
All right, so Grant does give the tee to Koenig.
I think Grant would have said, "Hey, Coach, I can kick it on the ground. This isn't that hard."
Exactly. I do want to give credit to Trent to Berge. He was under a little pressure on that. The pressure came from the outside, so Berge started the roll to the right. I thought he might have to tuck and run.
I don't
and
think
he kept
Porter
guys downfield.
Yeah, Porter wasn't his first option on that play, and Porter did a good job of finding some space at the back of the end zone, and he was so wide open. I think he may have called for a fair catch back there.
If he was alone there. So Koenig on the kick, Tweet back as normal, Gray back as well, and 24, not 21. I was wrong that last time. So 24 deep. Kyle Selby for the North. I expect a squib, but we'll see.
They do. Kicks it on the ground. It's going to bounce high. Pittman will grab it at about the 35.
He's going to try to return it. Oh, he's got a hole here. He's back down, though.
I think the ball popped out. Tigers are going to come out of the huddle. It doesn't matter. The
10 seconds left, and the Norse will have the ball on the 43-yard line.
Hey, if you got a player like Zach Tweed on your team, I don't see him taking a knee here. I think they'll probably take a shot down the field. And if they don't, then I don't look like an idiot. I still look fairly smart. But
I think they'll take the shot down the field now because they weren't before back on their 15 because they knew they had to give the ball back to the Tigers. Now there's no chance of that with 10 seconds left. They're not going to run 4 plays in 10 seconds.
Tigers with Carson Johnson deep in the middle of the field.
So Tweet goes back. Hopefully the Tigers go out in a prevent and realize what's going on here. They're not really in a prevent. There's no one deep. There's the fake. There goes Tweet's going to go deep.
Good pursuit by Cooper Hearn.
He runs him down. Does not get him. He gets out of bounds, though, with 2.9 seconds left.
So good job by Dave knowing the situation there and just getting out of bounds. Good pursuit by Cooper Hearn.
Kenyon O'Brien ran deep. That was nicely done by O'Brien. Number 43, Carson Parker, went down across the field, dragged right all the way on the backside, and Kenyon O'Brien ran with him all the way. Did not open up free. That might have been his number one choice, was trying to let Tweet be a distraction and then have Parker kind of come from behind deep down the field. Nice job by Kenyon to stay home. Now the Tigers in the prevent. We've got, who's that back in deep? 25 for us. Landon Howard deep at like the Tiger 25-yard line.
They're just going to run up the middle of the Pittman.
Oh, he's got some room. Breaks a tackle. He's got some running room back here.
He's got to stay in bounds, though, and he's not going to be able to.
It's a nice job. Mitchell Johnson tackles him.
That's going to be the last play of the first half, and what I would say a really, really quality high school football game in the first half. Tigers, I don't want to say fortunate to have a 20-13. I think they've earned it and really done a lot of good things here in the first half to find their team up 20-13, and that's where we'll stop here at the first half. There's a chance Brian Lounsbury is going to come up and talk to us at halftime.
Hope so.
We really don't have anything else planned.
Got nothing going on.
The invitation to Odell Beckham Jr. came.
Did they come back? That's too bad.
He's busy or something. Talk about some other things. The middle school teams will start their games next week. Okay. I work at the middle school, so I get their ears.
Get there.
A lot of good things going on here at Gilbert. The Tigers will stay on the road and head over to Boone, the short haul.
Okay, that'll be what did Boone do last week? I remember the score.
Boone lost to Ballard. Got kind of bossed around pretty bad by the Ballard Bombers. We'll have the Boone Toradors. The plan as of right now is to have that game on the Cube.
Okay.
On the YouTube. We don't do the Cube anymore.
On the YouTube. Speaking of that, Trent, I don't get the notices anymore. How do people know? I mean, the people listening know. How do people who don't know? They just go search it on YouTube?
Yeah, the school's Facebook page and Twitter both tweeted out.
Okay.
We might look into that. Troy Stout sitting at home now. Maybe he can get on there. Is there some way that you could get any notifications. I think you can do that when you subscribe to a YouTube channel.
Yep.
You can set it up where you get notifications. Troy Stout will work on that if he's listening at home.
I'll subscribe to the Gilbert. That's cool. I can do that. I just hadn't been. I got used to like soccer and baseball where we got tweeted out or sent out, emailed out somehow. I got it on my email. Maybe it's a reminder or something.
So, Pat, subscribe to YouTube. It's not like a magazine. You're not going to get anything in the mail.
I'm not.
No,
I thought I was going to get a paper copy. I don't get a paper copy if I subscribe? What's a subscription if it's not something you get in your hands, Trent?
Like different YouTube channels are kind of like Facebook pages and things like that. You go find one you like. Cole Schrader's has one, the Justin Bieber appreciation, fan appreciation YouTube channel.
I think I've seen Cole's version of that out there.
I'm having a little fun with my good friend Cole. Good to have him back with us tonight. Catherine Becker filled in last week. Did a pretty bang-up job. She's a college student there at the Iowa State University of Science and Technology, where your son Isaac is a current student.
Isaac and Joel as well. So
Isaac and Joel both there.
Yeah, both at Iowa State there. So I do have a question for you, Trent. I was asked this before because Gilbert does this. They play the fight song for the opposing team. Roland-Story did that today too. Does every school play the opposing team's fight song when you go out?
It's kind of become more of a trend. Byron Tinder just texted in and wanted to know if he could watch the band. So maybe we'll just take a break and let him watch the band. But yeah, I think that's kind of been a trend here. We'll let.
Okay, but I was thinking as you mentioned Byron, I thought Byron kind of started that. Is that something that's? Just
I think that's been done. I think it's. I don't know. Byron maybe can tell us if he originated that. We're going to just shut up for a few minutes. Let you watch the Roland-Story.
Listen to the band in the
high
background.
marching band.
2013, Tigers ahead at halftime.
We will start tonight's halftime show featuring the Color Guard. They finished second in the state last year. The hit song, Shut Up and Dance.
We will keep the camera on the band and going to talk to one of our dearest old friends in the broadcast game, Brian Lounsbury, who, if you're a Roland-Story fan, you know Brian. I mean, there's a statue erected to him right up here on the main square of the parade this afternoon when you came back, the Heroes Parade when you came back into town. Brian, is that how did the parade go? Did you hand out a lot of candy at the Byron Lounsbury parade?
I handed out cotton candy, homemade, and then we stopped and made homemade ice cream for everybody.
Very good. Well, Brian, it's good. How long are you back from California? You back for a wedding or something, did I hear? No?
Yeah, I'm here for a wedding on tomorrow.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's good to have you back. Any analysis on the first half? Now, you're a Roland-Story guy. You're not a Gilbert guy. Just full disclosure. any analysis on the first half? Pretty hard to feel like you got cheated for the price of admission, which I didn't have. I didn't pay to get in. If I had, I'd be very happy with how it's worked out.
I paid $5, and I think I should have paid $10 for the first half.
That's a very, very good take. Just a back and forth. You kind of saw momentum swing both ways, and Tigers really going into halftime with a lot of momentum on the short field touchdown.
That's true, and then Roland-Story gets the kickoff, right, to start the second half? Is that correct? Anyone? Yeah, Roland-Story does get the football to start the second.
I thought we kicked off to start the game, didn't we?
No one knows.
I don't know if anybody knows. I wasn't really paying attention. No, I think we kicked off to them.
Yeah, you don't pay attention till the second quarter.
No, I don't. Well, it seems like something we should maybe write down on a piece of paper or something. That's what probably the good broadcasters do. But so if you don't, kind of the backstory, Brian Lounsbury lives in California, Huntington Beach, California, and there'd be many Friday nights where Brian would be watching or listening to the game and tweeting us scores or texting us scores about tweets or tweeting Instagram or something, all that. I don't know how all that works, Brian, but we get a lot of information, Brian. We appreciate. Now it's weird. You're in the broadcast with us. First time ever that you've been in here with us, and we appreciate all you do and kind of keep it fun on a Friday night. And it's hard to beat high school football, Friday night lights. I mean, that's kind of cliche, but we sure enjoy it. So what are you doing with yourself out there in California, Brian?
Well,
can you tell, or is that...
I can. I just changed jobs.
Okay, and you are?
I am now moved over to a new country club.
Oh.
Where I am the head of outside services, so people who get the bags in the locker room and do the carts. I'm in charge of them. Anything a member touches on the golf course,
nice.
I'm in charge of. I'm a tournament scorer, and I'm a third assistant head pro.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna go to PGA school here in the next year, early next year.
Is that there in California, or are they similar to that?
I think I'm going to Florida, is what I heard.
Oh, Florida. They play golf in Florida too.
They do.
A lot of golf down in Florida.
And then their goal is to become a head pro eventually in about 3 to 5 years.
Nice. So I was kind of thinking of my favorite Caddyshack reference, but I think I'll spare that. I don't want to denigrate your job promotion, but I immediately thought of Carl Spackler and the movie Caddyshack. But so were you, there was an earthquake in Southern California the other day.
There was.
Where were you at when that happened? Home?
I was at Angel Stadium.
Oh.
Third inning, the game. I was just standing there, and you feel this rumble, and you look down, and you're like, hey, what just happened? And then I start asking around, did you feel anything? And then we finally got alerts. People started texting us that said it was a 4.4 earthquake. Couldn't even feel it in the stadium. You felt a little shake, but nothing else.
Yeah, the game didn't stop. I saw something on Twitter. Somebody else tweeted a picture, and what I would have done was jump the fence, run out, and protect Mike Trout. That's what I would have done if I'd have been there. You might go to jail, but bottom line is you don't want Mike Trout to get hurt, right?
Mike Trout.
Think to do that or not?
No, because no one actually knew we actually had an earthquake until 10 minutes afterwards. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Mike Trout, I believe, was at bat at the time when it happened. So he was perfectly fine.
So he might have hit you with the bat had you run on the field. I think it was probably a good decision not to. We're at halftime here at the Norsemen field. 6 minutes to go in the halftime period. The Tigers are up 20-13 on a Anthony Porter 18-yard touchdown pass in the closing seconds of the first quarter on a pretty thrilling play. Nice job by Matt Berge, the Tiger quarterback, feeling the pressure, stepped up and found his big tight end, number 99, in the back of the end zone. Connected with him. So I'm sure you're coming back tonight, saying hi to a lot of people on the fence you haven't seen for a while. When was the last time you were home?
Actually, home, I was home for Christmas last year. But last time I've been to a football game, 4.5 years ago, I believe it was the Gilbert playoff game. Second round, I think, maybe third round, with Jared Gescheidler as quarterback.
Yeah.
Back in those days.
Some pretty good times when Tigers won a lot of games there, and surprisingly, after going to 3A from 2A, they actually had 2 or 3 of their best seasons they've ever had in high school. The Roland-Story fight song, good crowd here from Roland-Story. Really very impressed by their running game in the first half, and the Tigers have just managed to answer every punch that the Norse have thrown at them and find themselves ahead 20-13 here in the first half. So, who's getting married tomorrow, Brian?
Oh boy, I don't want to pronounce their names right, but it's
I don't need names like your cousin, your
one of my best friends from college.
Best friend from college. So.
And she knows a lot of Gilbert people. She knows the Perrin family very well.
Oh yeah.
And so
just saw Ben Perrin at Casey's the other night.
I hear he makes a mean pizza.
He'll throw a few extra pepperonis on there for Coach, Takes good care of Coach.
That's the way he should do it.
I hope I don't get him fired. I hope there's nobody listening that might fire him for doing that. But he doesn't really. I don't keep track of that sort of thing. It just seemed like something Ben would do.
I think Ben would actually throw 2 extra sausages on there for a full count.
Good. Well, Brian Lounsbury, one of our longtime California correspondents, the only correspondent we really have is our California one, which is Brian Lounsbury. Brian, we thank you for coming up here at halftime. The second half, if it's half as good as the first half, it would be 1/4. Wait, my fraction math wasn't very good there. I think we're going to be in store for a really good finish. I don't see either one of these teams that much better than the other team where they could pull away here in the second half. I expect much of what we saw in the first half here in the second half. And the Tigers played a non-district game tonight. They've been in the same district and same conference as the Norse for a very long time. But, of course, Roland-Story, a 2A school. This is a non-district game, but it counts in the standings now. Did you know that? The RPI in high school, this game actually counts for playoff standings. So the Tigers would love to get a win tonight and then see the Norse run the table and win out. That would be the most beneficial thing for the Tigers. So part of our halftime show, interview with Brian Lounsbury, our California correspondent. If you've listened to the broadcast through the years, you've heard us quote some of the texts as the garage door comes up. The Norse are going to come back and take the field here. Seems like kind of a long halftime.
It does, and I really like that Roland-Story sends out all the little elementary student kids to welcome the football team to start the second half. That's something I've never seen before.
Well, they didn't get arrested for running on the field. You could have ran on the field and protected Mike Trout.
I mean, they're up to my thighs in height. I mean, I'd fit out there perfectly.
A lot of games changed times tonight with the impending weather here. Now, most of the rain you could see when I came up and set up about 4 o'clock when I headed back to Gilbert. You could see to the south lots of dark clouds and look like rain, but it looks like the Norse kind of dodged a bullet here tonight. Their field looks to be in super, super good shape. And Brian, thanks for coming up and joining us tonight. It was good to see you, my friend, and appreciate you listening on Friday nights and interacting with the broadcast. It does make it more fun. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes with the second half kickoff. Your score, Roland-Story trails the Gilbert Tigers 20-13 from Norsemen Field here tonight. teams finishing their halftime warm-ups and stretches. Troy Stout just texted in. Looks like a good game. It's been a very, very good first half. Excellent high school football game. Pretty evenly matched. A lot of exciting players. A lot of big plays being made. Tigers find themselves with a one-touchdown lead, 20-13. Both teams have missed an extra point. We'll get ready to start the second half. The Tigers will kick off. They did receive the opening kickoff. Came down and punt, and then they had to punt, and then recovered the fumble on the punt. This will be a really nice time to recap with some stats from the first half, but unfortunately that's part of our crew we don't have as a statistician. I can tell you Aiden Carr leads the Tigers in rushing with almost 100% certainty, and Landon Howard is their leading receiver. Anthony Porter has a fantabulous 18-yard touchdown catch. Landon Howard with a touchdown catch. Aiden Carr has ran one in to account for all the Tigers' scores. Pittman with a 10-yard run, and Chelsvig with a 5-yard touchdown run to pace the Norse. Koenig will kick off from right to left, from the south to the north. I'm looking at the flag. It is hanging limp. I don't believe I'll pod you up here, Pat.
Thank you, sir.
I don't believe the wind is going to be much of a factor at all tonight.
It's actually calmed down. I mean, a little bit of a breeze at the beginning of the game. It is dead right now. Dead calm. Koenig to kick off from the 40. Standard guys back for the Norse. Tweet in the middle.
Koenig not a deep leg, but generally gets some pretty good loft on his kickoffs.
Let's see what we get. Oh, this one he scoots again.
It's on the ground. It's muffed by Tweet at the 25. He's going to pick it up, head back up the middle.
Oh, he's fast. Nice job by Hawthorne.
Hawthorne got him at about the 34-yard line, but
Tweet, when he picked that ball up, just took off like a shot off the center. Nice job. The three Tigers coming down the left side, but he just went by them before they could get there.
Norsemen will start 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. They trail 20-13 to the Gilbert Tigers. They did one of those little fan stunts where they threw a whole bunch of baby powder in the air or flour or something.
Oh, I
There's
missed that.
Massive cloud looming over there.
Still hanging. He's kind of going straight up, it looks like.
Day under center. He's going to pitch it to Chelsvig. Linebacker, and Cooper Hearn on the far side.
Oh, the Tigers jump.
Tigers jump into the neutral zone. That'll be 5 yards and make it a very manageable second.
Anthony Porter is playing for the Tigers on the line. Jacob Teresi. Caden Meskin. And Cooper Hearn, kind of number 70. Cooper's on the outside. 70 is Jacob Gildahouse. So Teresi, Gildahouse, Porter, and Meskin kind of on the line, the defensive line. You got Cooper Hearn, Drew Hawthorne, Mitchell Johnson, Kenyon O'Brien, Carson Johnson.
Norse will send two wide receivers split left to the wide side of the field. Day under center. He's going to give it to Chelsvig right up the middle, and he's going to bounce out.
Oh, he's got it running. He's got the corner turn.
Hawthorne's got to catch him from behind and push him out of bounds.
Not yet out of bounds. He did. He stepped out.
You got a flag behind the field, and we'll see what that. If it's a blocking penalty, it's going to bring it way back, but it's thrown so late, it could be a
personal foul on the Tigers.
So it's kind of some non-curricular, extracurricular, some sort of curricular activity behind the ball. We didn't see what happened.
Because the quarterback's kind of complaining. Day is complaining. He's the one talking to the referee. So I don't know if there's something against him. I mean, they did something to him.
Yeah, it could have been. Somebody probably pushed or shoved way away. They can call that, too, a personal foul if a block or a hit is hit way away from the ball like that.
Gotcha.
It certainly was. I'm going to guess that's what it was.
I would think so.
The play ended at the 22 when Chelsvig stepped out of bounds. They're going to tack 15 yards on the end of this run. That's his attack on penalty. So big penalty. He's going to get the ball inside the 10. Or, excuse me, inside the 15. It'll be at the 11-yard line, I think.
Yep. Big
22.
Good start for the Norse. 10:43 left in the third quarter. 11-yard line.
In a game of momentum, the Norse capture it
immediately coming out of the halftime.
Coming right out of the chute with a long run and a penalty. I think you'll probably see a steady diet here of Chelsvig and Pittman to finish this drive. They will turn, going to fake the handoff.
The quarterback runs it. He's got pressure. Oh, he steps inside, breaks a tackle. He may go himself.
He's going to get out of bounds, and he's going to get a touchdown. I thought he was going to go out of bounds. They called it a touchdown in the far corner. So Day with an 11-yard run.
That was well sniffed out by Cooper Hearn. Cooper turned him inside, but couldn't keep control of him. So Day started to go outside. Cooper turned him in. Nice job by Day cutting back and stepping just inside Cooper's grasp. Cooper grabbed his shirt, grabbed his jersey. Couldn't pull him down, though. Dave broke free to the jersey hold by Cooper and ran to the end zone. Dove for the pylon and scored.
Drake Day, 6'2", 185-pound senior, and really good runner, explosive runner, and has ran the offense very well tonight for the Norse.
Pittman
he punches it in from 11. Pittman will try to tack it on. The snap was low, but Pittman's going to get it. It's going to go down the middle.
No,
it's not going to go down the middle.
Wide right, it looks like. I'm looking where the ball landed.
That looked like it was right
I thought it was right in the middle of my view, too. It looked good to me as well, but it was wide right. I can see where they put the ball up.
Cole, was that wide right or wide left? Do you know? Do you have any idea? Your eyes are a lot better than mine. They're a lot younger than mine.
Well, I'm just looking where the ball boy went to pick it up, and he ran on the right-hand side, so let's go wide right.
So Tigers maintain a 1-point lead, 20-19. Two missed point after touchdowns kicks for the Norse tonight. Tigers will get the ball back with 10:30, kind of back on their heels here to start the second half.
Yeah, that's quite a thing. We were just talking, some of the young freshmen and I, about how you just can't let momentum get away from you. So they scored. You forget about it. You come back and play your game. Don't get down. Don't let one mistake become two and two become three. Cooper had that well stiffed out. Nice job by Cooper to get outside. This nice cut back by Day, as Trent said. Pretty strong guy. Cooper had some jersey. Couldn't pull him down.
Pittman will kick it off. Looks like Landon Howard.
I think it's Hanson probably back there.
Kerr Hanson, the sophomore speedster. His father, Jake, videoed the freshman game. High kick to the left. Howard's going to let this one go, and it should go out of bounds. It does.
There he goes. Come up to the 35, if I remember correctly. Oh, no. Well, that's the flag for the thing. I had the flag. Someone went down late for the Tigers, but at least the penalty out of bounds for the kick.
So the penalty for a kick out of bounds in high school football is 25 yards from the kick is where the Tigers get it, or where it went out of bounds, or they could make them re-kick it. They'll take it at the 35-yard line, I'm sure. So big day tomorrow. College football kind of gets rolling. A few games last night, but one of my favorite times of the year, college football. Both Iowa and Iowa State in action tomorrow at home.
Very nicely done, too, because you get the Hawks playing at 2:30 and the Clones don't play till 7. So you can watch them both. Always enjoy doing that. Berge under center.
It's going to be a Wildcat snap right to Hanson. He's going to go right and get sniffed out very well by the Norse. Hanson actually took that snap. Berge had lined up at the wide receiver, and a flag comes in really, really late.
Really late there.
So this was either going to be unsportsmanlike conduct or something late. I think it's going to go against the Norse.
The Norse, yeah. They did a fake to Landon Howard coming around, and on the end around, Hanson faked like he's going to throw it back to Howard.
So big personal foul in the last drive. Now a personal foul here on the Norse will give the Tigers a first down. It was well after the play. I have no idea. Won't speculate. Usually when I say I don't speculate, then I speculate for a while. I have no idea. But a personal foul means that there was some sort of physical thing that happened. Unsportsmanlike would be, something verbal or some sort of gesture or anything like that. But I think it's going to be away from the play like the penalty on the Tigers.
Okay.
So Tigers will get a first down courtesy of the penalty. They have the ball at their own 48-yard line. 10-19, clock rolls now in the third quarter. Tigers clinging to a 1-point lead.
4 wide outs. Berge in the shotgun.
Mitch Johnson right next to him. They're going to fake the reverse and give it to Johnson up the middle, and he's going to bowl forward. He's going to get 6 or 7 yards on first down.
Good quick hitter there. Nice job. Mitchell Johnson running north-south in a hurry.
It's not really a thing of beauty, but it's very effective. Mitch Johnson running north and south, and he just puts his head down and very effective runner tonight.
6 is 5, as Trent said. 6, I guess. We'll give him 6. 2nd and 4. Anderson and Howard here wide left. Porter on the in tight and a tight end set this time.
Berge will turn. He'll give it to Tucker Hanson up the middle. He's going to squirt, follow his blockers. I think he's going to push forward just to the stake and get the first down. They've stopped the clock to move the chains. So Tigers now matriculating down the field.
Good answer to that nice series by the Norse.
So in the game last week, there was only 2 drives in the third quarter. Both teams had 1 drive here, and that's kind of an anomaly in football, but I'm just looking at the clock now with 9:19. That doesn't seem likely to happen in this quarter.
It seems unlikely in this one, yes.
The Tigers have lined in a tight formation with their tight end on the left side this time. Under center, they're going to turn and fake it this time. Now he's going to roll out and pass. He's got Mitch Johnson out of the backfield, and Mitch tried to get the brakes on and stay in bounds, but I think he stepped out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
Good gain there. Nice first down play by the Tigers.
Pick up 7 on first down, brings up those 2nd and 3s, if you can do that all night, keep yourself in that
be.
favorable position. You bet.
And at the 35, you might even have 3 downs here, depending if they need it. Depends on where they decide to go. Berge under center.
Take the snap from Roteman, long cadence. He's going to turn and throw a screen pass out to Landon Howard. Gets a block from Jack Anderson. He's going to slip upfield. That'll be enough for the first down.
Nice tackle by Kobe Gray there. Open field tackle. Got Howard by the feet.
We've seen 75 Sean Reisinger in on a lot of tackles tonight. Roland-Story's got a nice team. I think especially in 2A, they will do very well this year and been very impressed by their running game and just a lot of fire off the ball tonight. Both teams have really played well in the first half. Not a lot of mistakes. Other than the Tigers' uniform malfunctions, they've really played a pretty clean game so far.
Speaking of which, none of those in the second half yet, so we'll see if we can get through 6 minutes without one.
Berge will take the shotgun snap, drop straight back to throw. Throws it out in the flat. He's got Anthony Porter there. He's going to have enough for the first down. Caught it at the 20. He's going to end up inside the 15. So the big tight end, 99, Anthony Porter, one of the team captains, having a good night tonight. A couple of big catches, a first down there.
His confidence is growing there, Trent. He did a nice job of finding that slot in the defense and slipping in there, giving a good target for Berge to send it to. All those young receivers keeping those thumbs in on your catch. Nice job. Didn't get it to his pads. Caught it with his hands, away from his body, tucked it in and ran.
Howard will kind of be in the short side of the field. He's got Jack Anderson wide left. The turn is going to be give to Howard on the reverse.
Not much there.
Well strung out. He cuts back upfield and might be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he did, maybe a half a yard short. That play just didn't really develop real well.
Credit look like Jimmy Phillipson maybe with the tackle there. Nice job. Way to string it out by the Norse.
Seemed like it took a little long to get Howard the ball and develop, and the Tigers will limp back to the huddle. 2nd and 11. 7:30 to go in the third quarter. 20-19, Tigers lead.
Ball on the 16-yard line of the Norse.
Hanson will line up in the slot on the left side. Howard is just outside of him. 2 wide receivers wide right. Hanson will go in motion. Berge takes a snap and roll right, looking to throw. He's got a receiver, Landon Howard at the 5. He breaks a tackle, but he's going to go out of bounds at the 3.
Out of bounds, maybe even at the 1. Almost stayed in bounds. Nice job by Howard trying to keep it.
Howard's kind of in the shadow down there. I'll be honest, Pat, I had no idea how close he was to the sidelines.
I'm looking at the inside referee here. So they got, I think he went to the 3, and the guy pulled a nice job. Good eyes there, Trent. You're right on it. Howard stayed in bounds and just couldn't quite tiptoe down to the end zone. 1 yard, first and goal from the 1 for the Tigers. 7:16 left here in the third quarter.
Tight formation, they'll go to Mitchell Johnson up the middle, and he's going to push forward. He's in. Mitch Johnson with the short 1 yard touchdown run. Tigers kind of answer. They were on the mat. They get back up and answer the call.
Nice answer. Nice answer by the Tigers. Up 7, they're going to kick the extra point again with Koenig. He makes it. They'll be up 8. Like my math there, Trent, how well I did that so quickly, right? 7 plus 1 being 8.
He had an abacus out. He keeps a pocket abacus.
Well, I didn't have to use my toes that time, I think.
Cole, do you know what an abacus is? No, he doesn't. It's an archaic Incan calculator, basically. I don't know if the Incans did it.
Trent and I used it back in high school, but they don't use those anymore.
Slide rules, the days of slide rules, and long count now.
I think we moved.
No, actually, I think they moved. I think it's going to be on the Norse.
Oh, they're going to go for it today, Trent. We're going for 2. Up 7. Tigers are going to
Outside penalty against Roland.
try to make it 9.
Try to make it 9, which would be
a 2-score.
Big play.
Yeah, you hate to say with 7:12 to go in the third quarter, big play, but that's kind of a big play.
Big play, yeah, being up.
It's in that circle of plays, that Venn diagram where they cross over. Venn diagram, you know what that is, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cole's got the fantastic education as your children have and my children have.
So Berge was in the shotgun. Tigers split out 4 wide.
Berge will be in shotgun now. He's going to take the snap and run an inside pitch to Tucker Hanson.
Nice
He's going to run it in.
Hanson.
Pretty good looking, well-designed play.
That was. A little shovel pass inside to Hanson. Did a nice job. He go to the outside, had a good defender down there. Immediately, Hanson hit him and spun inside, turned back to the right. Scored easily. Making the score for you right now, the Gilbert Tigers 28, Roland-Story Norsemen 19 with 7:12 left in the third quarter. There is a lot of game left, that's true, Trent, so I don't know if that made a huge difference, but they are up 9.
Good mix of pass and run on that drive.
Very
the
well
Tigers using Anthony Porter, their tight end, for another catch, and Landon Howard had a couple balls thrown his way, and good running by both Tucker Hanson and Mitch Johnson on that drive, and a 15-yard penalty in the middle of that. Let's be honest, that was kind of
a lot.
Big play picked up. It was second and about 12 or 13, and they were able to get a first down on that.
So Kay got on the kick again. Tweet back deep again. Tweet and Selby and Gray back for the Norsemen.
Tweet in the middle of the field, and they've done a pretty good job of keeping the ball away from him. I think he's only got one return. Canning booted on the ground. It's a 6-hopper. They're going to let it go to Tweet. Tweet's having trouble getting his mitts on it. He's just going to have to fall down.
Nice job by 22 for the Tigers down there fast.
Carson Folkman, I believe.
Carson Folkman, thank you. Yes, Carson Folkman.
Folkman was down there, as was 24 Cale Eiley, another sophomore, and Grant Gardner, 13. Love to call Grant Gardner's number, one of my favorite humans.
I love that too. Good guys all the way around there. Good coverage by them. As Trent said, the bouncing ball kind of went down there. Tweet couldn't get his hands on it. Kind of struggled to pick it up. By the time they picked it up, all three of the Tigers in his face before he could even move the ball. So no return there on the kickoff. North start from their own 22.
7:09 to play in the third quarter. They're going to fake the handoff. Day is going to wind up to throw. Nobody's open. He throws it out, and it's going to go out of bounds over the head of Greenfield.
There is one angry Norse coach yelling at those players across the field. Tigers have a man down.
Jacob Gilbert is immobilized at this time. Hopefully he's okay. The trainers will come out and tend to him.
He might have got caught up. The quarterback went to roll out to the far. Oh, he's cramping. Looks like he's just raised his leg there.
Now, Pat, if I go down with a cramp right now, will you?
I'll lift your leg up. Absolutely, Trent. I won't leave you hanging, man.
I don't see that being a problem, but it could.
Hate to say it's just a cramp, but I always feel a little better with the cramp. Always hate to see somebody go down. Quarterback Day was rolling to the right there. Good pressure by the Tigers in the pocket. Really didn't have a lot of time. And he just threw it basically out of bounds, saved the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Norse, coming from their own 22-yard line. Gilderhouse is up already, but he's still hobbling. Still with that cramp
even though they get that stretched out, if you've ever had one, he'll jog off the field here, and I'm sure he'll be all right. They'll give him some pickle juice or something to.
Yeah, he's still got. You can tell he's still tense up on that.
So 7:02 will reset the game here. 28-19 Tigers lead. Both teams have scored a touchdown here in the second half. Day, the Roland-Story quarterback, with a nifty 11-yard run after he broke a tackle. The PAT was no good again. That kept the score at 20-19. They kept the lead, I should say, 20-19. North's answer, or the Tigers' answer, with a very nice drive at 7:12, just a 3-minute and 18-second drive, and Mitch Johnson running in from 1 yard, and Berge did an inside pitch to Hansen for the 2-point conversion. Tigers up 20-19. Now the pass out to Tweet, and Tweet had no place to go. Well defended by the Tigers.
Hawthorne out there, I think.
We just haven't seen Tweet with the ball in his hands a lot tonight. I think that bodes well for the Tigers. I can't imagine that he won't maybe get a few more thrown his way. He's a pretty good player.
Trey Hansen, actually, sorry about that. It wasn't Hawthorne. It was Hansen out there, and I think it was even our defensive end popped out there pretty quickly. Number 54, I think Caden Mesker might have been out there. Good coverage by the Tigers. Just a 2-yard gain for Tweet. 3rd and 9 here from the 24 of the Norse. Stop here would be really nice. Try to get the ball back on, maybe by midfield.
2 wide receivers way over towards the sidelines here. They're going to pitch it to the right side. The Tigers spin him in the backfield. He's going to push forward, but he's not going to get anywhere near the first down. The Cooper Hearn and company hit on the tackle. It looks like a
good run by Joe Hawthorne. He got hit in the backfield. He just kept his legs turning and actually gained 3 yards, but Trent said nowhere close to the first down. 4th and 6.
Clock running, 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball's at the 26-yard line.
So Tucker Hansen will be deep for the Tigers.
See Tucker Hansen, the speedy
Colby Gray to kick again.
Kick returner, bust one here.
He did a nice job. He gained 15 or so on that one return at the end of the second quarter to set the Tigers up for that score they got just before half.
Low snap picked up off the turf, but
no pressure. He kicks outside of his foot though.
Well, the Tigers aren't going to get a return, but it's going to be a super short punt.
Yeah, they're going about the 38-yard
line. So Tigers catch a huge break. Greenfield's kick.
About a 14-yard punt is all in that one, right at the side of his foot.
Yeah, I've seen a few shanks in my day, and that's one.
That was one. Yeah, that low snap might have thrown him off.
Colby Greenfield, I'm sure would love to have that one back.
Yeah, Colby Gray.
83, Colby Gray. Carter Greenfield.
Colby Gray. Yeah, that's kind of hard.
I apologize, Norse fans, for butchering that.
Yeah, I think Colby wants that back. It was a low snap, like Trent said. It hit the ground, bounced. He picked it up pretty quickly. Tigers were putting a lot of pressure in, but as a punter, you don't really know that at the time, so I think he might have just rushed that a little bit after the snap.
So Aiden Carr is back in at the tailback position. He's deep in the I formation. Tight formation for the Tigers. Berge will send Howard in motion. Snap, they're going to pitch it out to Aiden Carr. He's got a little room to run. He'll slip through a block, almost drop the ball. Pretty well kind of dropped there. It looked like he was trying to move it to his outside hand and almost dropped it, but Carr will go down after a short gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, well defended by the Norse. The defensive end came up. They ran Howard out there trying to get him outside to be able to turn that inside, but Carr could not get to the corner. Nice job by the Norse defensive end to turn that inside. That was number 77 for the Norse. That is Killian Erickson. Well defended. So 2nd and 8 for the Tigers from the 36-yard line.
Same formation now with the receivers to the top of the screen, to the short side of the field. Long count. That's going to be an encroachment penalty. Tigers do the long count to draw the Norse off, and it worked. So that'll be a little bit more manageable. Second and instead of 2nd and 7, it'll be 2nd and 2. Right? 7 minus 5. Carry the 2.
Carry the 2. Drop down the 1.
Yeah.
Salto your left shoulder, and I think, as you said before, 2nd and 3 much more manageable than our 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. I can't tell.
That's some good analysis, Pat.
2nd and 3 much more manageable than 2nd and 8 or whatever it was. So, well, now the Tigers jump, so we're going to give this back.
Tried to do a quick, kind of a quick go, and unfortunately, about half the team, including the center, didn't
go.
Get that. So the 5 yards they just got.
Go back.
Now let's see if you can get back up. What is it going to be now? It's 2nd and 7.
Well, I'm intrigued. It was 2nd and 7. Then it was 2nd and 3. Now it's 2nd and 8. So I have a feeling it really wasn't 7 the first time, Trent, or else we just got a 6-yard penalty. But
I was at a game one night where there was 2 5-yard penalties
on the defense,
and it did not end up in a first down. 2nd and about a foot.
Let's call it 2nd and 8. I think we only got 2 the first time. So Berge under center.
Howard will come in motion right at your camera. The turn will be given to Carr over the left side. He gets stood up, spins around.
Nice spin.
Aiden Carr running with some ferocity tonight. So he's going to get that 5 yards back and another yard probably. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Jacob Gildehouse, who went out, will come back in now. And
so he did get that 5.
Ty German spelled him, did a nice job on that drive.
So 3rd and 3 here from the 31.
Ty German, another sophomore. A lot of sophomores seeing action tonight.
Exactly.
Trey Hansen, Tucker Hansen, no relation. Ty German, Caden Meskin.
Howard Anderson wide right, Porter and Carr wide left, and Berge in the shotgun.
Aiden Carr will come in motion. Berge's going to roll right, look to throw. Pitches it out there to Carr, who'd come in motion, slipped out of the backfield.
Nice job.
Pretty nice, well-designed play there. Going to pick up 8 or 9 yards.
Tigers. Yeah, Carr just came out of the backfield, slipped in behind the defensive end and in front of the linebacker, and nice job by Berge rolling right, just dumped it off. Great play on 3rd down.
Found a seam in the coverage there by the Norse, and Tigers are really moving the ball much better on offense tonight against the Norse than they did last week. Their defense really played well enough to win last week. They really just needed one more drive out of their offense, and they've had many good drives tonight.
Offense looking very good. 28-19 with 3:29 left in the 3rd quarter.
Carr all by himself out here at the bottom of your screen. Now they're going to send Howard in motion, and they'll fake the reverse to him and give it to Mitch Johnson, who's going to get...
Better read this time by the Norse. 56 at the bottom of the pile there is Nathan Bell.
There's a flag on this side, which usually means an illegal formation. I think the Tigers didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage, would be my guess. Or when it's thrown by a wing that far out and they don't blow it dead at the snap, it usually means an illegal formation. They didn't have enough guys in the line of scrimmage. I didn't see that, but I'm assuming that's what the call is.
So it would have been 2nd and 10. Looks like the Norse are going to, well, we'll see if they're going to take it. Some discussion going on. Howard looks like it must have been Landon. Landon is saying, I think I was fine. He and the referee are chatting a bit. So Landon asking, what do they do? So they do move it back. They'll take the penalty. It'll be 1st and 15. Ball on the 28. It's always a tough call for me. 2nd and 10, 1st and 15.
Clock will roll at 3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. 28-19. Tigers clinging to a 9-point lead.
Howard Newell wide this side. Porter and Anderson to the other side.
Hansen in the backfield next to Berge. He'll take the snap, look to throw. Screen pass to Hansen. It was a quick screen pass. Hansen catches it. Leapfrogs one of the Norse defenders. The ball will remain in bounds. The clock will roll. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well sniffed out again. That was 56 again for the Nathan Bell, all over the field right now, as well as 75 and 77. That's Sean Reisinger and Killian Erickson.
So he's going to get 5 yards on 1st down, bring up 2nd and 10. They got back to the original line to gain.
Ball on the Norseman 24.
Clock rolling, 2:39 as Mitch Johnson comes back in. The Tigers Kind of taking their time here. They're going to break the huddle with about 8 seconds to go on the play clock. They just look completely out of sync on this play, Pat.
4 seconds. They're not going to get it off. Berge under center.
They're going to call timeout as Randy Sneezik and Scott Otter frantically signaling tight. It just didn't look.
Yeah, they looked a little discombobulated there a little bit, didn't they?
So they'll call a timeout, try to get combobulated.
Berge did try to get that snap off in a hurry, but a good call by Sneezik to get that before a motion or a penalty or anything else there. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Hey, we can't say enough. The Roland-Story Norse hosting up here tonight. So just kind of a quick story. We broadcast up here all the time. School rules prohibit video of games. So Brian Peterson, and I didn't have anything to do with this, but since Roland-Story doesn't broadcast anymore, they checked with the higher-ups and the Hoobies and the whatnots and gave us permission to do video. They have a certain number of people that probably like to watch this too. I know Zach Tweet's grandpa is watching in tonight. I did overhear that in the background talking tonight. So I'm not sure what your name is, sir, but we're glad to have you listen here. Your grandson is a fantastic football player, pretty good baseball player in his own right. Pretty good at pretty much anything.
Phenomenal young man also. I just read a great article in the Tribune about him the other day. Zach is still up at 5 a.m. to do his chores. Down home guy. So congratulations, Zach. Congratulations to Roland-Story as well. Great team, great people. So 2:23 left in the 3rd quarter.
Thank them for hosting us tonight. 2:23 to go. Berge will be up under center. 2nd and 10.
So Berge's pointing at the
play clock.
Game. Yeah, the play clock.
They reset the play clock. I'm not sure. It was at 22. So Berge will take the snap. He's going to fake it to Hansen and roll up.
Oh, he's got a man open. He can't get there, though.
He had Howard open. He'd slip behind the defender, but just led him a little bit too much.
Well-designed play again, Trent. It was Berge rolled left. He's been rolling right all night long. Rolled left. No one went with him on the Norse. So Berge could have ran for 5, 10, 15 himself. And he had Howard, but he just led him a little bit too much. Howard gave a game effort. He put down the pedal and the metal and tried to get that 100-meter speed going, but ball thrown just too far to the sideline.
That was a very well-designed play, and we'll kind of maybe think Randy Sneezik will put that in his pocket and maybe use it in the 4th quarter because it worked pretty well. Howard's actually going to come out now. We haven't seen him out of the...
A little windy. He's kind of bending over there. So hopefully he's not hurt.
So Hansen and Porter will go left, and Anderson and Newell will go in motion now.
Big play here.
They're going to fake it to Johnson. Berge will look to throw. He's got Tucker Hansen out there. Oh,
nice defense.
Pass break up by
Obi Gray.
Obi Gray at the last second knocks it away. Pretty well defended. With 4th down at the 24-yard line. Tigers will go for it. Yeah. Tigers will go for it here.
Well, that was a good well-developed play too. A little long, I guess, to develop the throw there. Could have got it out just a little bit earlier. Might have got there before Gray got back. Nice defense by Colby. Good pattern by Hansen.
This would be a time where it's an advantage that they take a long time in between plays. The Tigers were able to get a play in from the sideline. The play clock is at 19 seconds, so they'll have plenty of time to get this play off. Big center Isaac Rotman will trot up to the ball. He's going to snap it to Matt Berge. Big play here with 2:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 10. Ball to 24.
Tigers 3 wide left, 1 wide right.
Berge's going to look to throw. He'll fake to Johnson, step up in the pocket. He's got a receiver down there, but threw it into about lane 3 of the track.
Yeah, he used to do that one away.
Norse hold at 4th and 10. They'll get the ball back at the 24-yard line. So good drive. Just kind of stalled out there at the end, but
it did. And they had those plays. Like I said, they had Howard that time too. So well done, well-designed play, well-designed series. Tigers are able to move the ball, but they turn it back over on downs to the Norsemen with 2:03 left in the 3rd quarter. Norse will start 1st and 10 from their own 24.
I couldn't see who the receiver was. That was about 3 blocks away from me, and I just couldn't see it that far down. But Berge just got way too much air underneath it and threw it onto the track. Now the Tigers' defense with 2:03 to go in the longest 3rd quarter in the history of high school football, it seems like.
It does. It's been going forever. There's a fake to
Day is looking to throw.
Going deep. He's got a guy in the wheel route. Look up. He did not look up. Nice catch by Gray.
That's kind of a jump ball back shoulder throw, and Greenfield was open. Nice throw by Day. Put it right where he had to put it. Trey Hansen was actually right on him there. Couldn't get turned around. If he turns around a half a second earlier.
I think you're right. If he turns around, he gets that ball. Well thrown. Tweet. They used Tweet as a decoy there. They did the fake pump to Tweet to freeze. I don't think Hansen really bought on that, but nice. Kobe Gray just went downfield on a dead-out sprint. Good pass by Day.
Good pitch and catch for the Norse now, who have ran the ball very effectively. They'll send Tweet this time with Greenfield at the top of the screen. They'll turn this time and give it to Chelsea.
He's running in.
cut, and Caden Meskin maliciously throws Chelswick to the turf.
O'Brien's down there as well.
Caden Meskin, he's only a sophomore. He's a big, strong boy.
He's a big guy.
And a wrestler, and you can kind of see the way that affects the way he plays. 52, Cole Steenhook, who was in there for that play, he'll run out. Haven't called his name on defense much tonight. He's
been in the trenches. He's been doing his job.
Offensive lineman on the left side with his brother Jake Steenhook.
Gain of 3 there, 2nd and 7. I'd compare him to Lima in that regard, right? You don't call Lima's number a lot, but he kind of gets in there and takes care of 2 or 3 guys, let the other guys have their way. So
now they're going to run Pittman out of the background, and Hearn's going to go out there. And Hearn just blew that up. I hope you saw that on video because I couldn't really describe it much better than that.
It was pretty impressive. It's one of those ones where Hearn could have turned and probably picked it off and ran for 6 the other way, and Hearn just took Pittman just down.
You might have heard Pittman go, no.
As a receiver, it's one of those ones where you just hope that you don't die.
And Cooper Hearn was there to greet him, and just as well that the ball was incomplete because it would have been a loss of 3 or 4 yards. So Cooper Hearn with a fantastic defensive gem there. 1:14 to go in the third quarter. 28-19. Tigers lead. 3rd and 7. Ball at the 45.
4 wideouts.
We're going to run a zone read, and Day is going to keep it. Well defended there by Jacob Gilberthouse.
Tressie, Porter,
Cooper Hearn in on that tackle. Cooper Hearn's having himself a ball game tonight.
That was weighted. They ran that zone read by the quarterback Trent about 3 or 4 times for a really good yardage. Tigers were not buying it that time.
So 4th down here. It doesn't appear that the Norse are going to punt with 50 seconds. This will be
This is interesting.
That won't be the last play.
The 46. If they don't make this, the Tigers will get great field position. So come on, defense. Now Porter's got to go out with a uniform malfunction.
Yeah,
That's too bad.
They're just enforcing the rules. I'm not being critical. This has been a very well officiated game. But it does change the game.
It does.
That's going to bring in number 60, Isaac Roman.
Isaac Roman comes in on defense here now. Usually plays the center for the Tigers. So that moves Tressie out to the defensive end where Porter usually plays. So we'll see if that has any impact on the play.
4 wide receivers. Day is going to drop straight back and look to throw. A little bit of pressure. Throws across the middle and it's man open. He makes back against the grain, but Tucker Hansen's going to catch him, pull him down. He was wide open. Good throw by Day, right on the money.
Dylan Matheson.
Tigers played such good defense there. Just let Matheson slip across the middle of the field undetected.
That is too bad. We had pressure coming on the outside. He just couldn't get there to the quarterback. Quarterback stepped up in the pocket. Pressure coming on the outside by our defensive end.
Great
nice
day.
play.
A really sharp quarterback who's played
great.
very well for the Norse tonight. They're going to give it to Chelsvig, and the Tigers really have done a good job on him in the second half.
We got a guy down again, though. Tressie down?
I think it's Gilbert
again. Maybe he's cramping up again.
Cooper Hearn again on the tackle, but Chelsvig lost 2 yards.
Cooper Hearn may be having a little trouble with hydration. It's very humid here tonight, folks.
Yeah.
Trent and I noticed that as well. It's a hot day, considering. Yeah, let's take another cramp. Defense has been on the field quite a bit.
They're actually just going to take a water break here. I think it's probably gotten almost a little more humid as the game's gone on.
And
no wind blowing.
Still no breeze. Yeah, usually you guys all know that it cools off with the breeze, but there is no breeze. The flag is just limp out behind the goalpost in the north end zone. So, yeah, they're going to hydrate up here. Take a second for the teams to kind of regather.
Says our broadcast has been going for 30 minutes. Pat, that's not good.
That doesn't look good, yeah. So if you're listening, you guys have Trent's number. Let me know if you're still hearing us, if we're still good. Says we're
75 people on at one time, man.
All right, well, that's good. So you have Trent's number. Mine's 515-450-7512.
If you listen to this and you got either one of our numbers, just let us know we're back on the air, Troy, if you're listening, or
trying to make sure we're
Coach Clark's sister. I want to make sure we're back on the air. 2nd and 12 now after the 2-yard loss. The Tigers will substitute on defense.
So they're holding up the game clock here to set the ball in play. Not sure who they're looking at. They got to replace O'Brien. Yeah, I guess O'Brien is. Oh no, O'Brien's going out to the corner. I'm not sure whether the referees helped us do that, but okay.
I don't know what the delay is here.
They're holding with a certain length of time. 9.3 seconds left in the third quarter. They're waiting to set the ball. I guess it's the delay.
Idea. I won't provide any analysis. I don't know, but Dave will come up under center now. 9 seconds to go. 8. He's going to take the snap, roll to his left, and look to throw. Tigers have defense. That ball should be picked off. It's not good. Well, actually, well defended there by Pittman, who had come out of the backfield. Carson Johnson would have had himself an interception right after the
Hawthorne
line.
back there, too. Nice job by Johnson and Hawthorne getting back on defense.
So Pittman turned into a defensive back there. The ball was underthrown. Carson Johnson had set up shop at about the goal line and was going to intercept that. And we're still good, Troy Stout says.
Good.
Troy, I'm not sure we were ever really good. If you could elaborate a little bit on that. But I was telling you, Bonnie Pohl, one of our teachers at the school, hopefully she's listening. She said she was going to try listening tonight. We appreciate everything she does for the kids. One of the best school districts in the state in many, many facets.
They've got a lot of awards.
Number 2 middle school in the state. Number 1, we've been kind of back and forth, and Bonnie Pohl has contributed to that. Have many, many good teachers, including cross-country coach Aaron Thomas. Troy Stout, assistant coach. Does the
technology on the cross-country side, on the girls' side.
She's also a middle school employee.
Holly
Lester's coached a lot of good golfers.
Holly Lester absolutely has.
She's our 8th grade math teacher. A lot of good friends coaching in the business.
So big play going to be coming up here, Trent. We got 3rd and 12 for the Norse from the Tiger 14. You could argue if they don't get this, they could kick the field goal. They're close enough maybe to try to cut the lead from 9 to 6. My guess is they'll go for it on 4th. Not a lot of teams in high school kick field goals.
The Norse, I think, historically have kicked very, very few. Like literally, they average about 1 a year. Yeah, it's pretty rare. The Norse are going to come out in a shotgun formation. They're going to send Zach Tweet. It's a low snap.
Hand off up the middle. They read it. And they stop Chelsea. Oh, he's digging and trying to get out of that. Nice job by the Tigers center of the line.
Low snap really kind of threw the timing of that playoff pad, and I think they were using Tweet as a
Isaac Roman's still in there, by the way.
Decoy on that play, and that play really never launched. It's 4th down now and 12.
Nice job by Roman coming in on the defensive end of things. I'm assuming Gilderhouse must still be cramping up. So Roman there in the middle of the play along with Cooper Hearn stuffed that up. So 4th and 12 again from the 14.
Now, I will say, big play here with 11:25 to go. The Tigers have to be responsible for 4 wide receivers on this play.
Somebody moved, somebody jumped. Did we
call timeout here for the Norse?
Okay.
28-19 as we just start the 4th quarter here. And what I would say, the 9 years of doing this, it's been as good a high school football game as I've called, Pat. And
very entertaining, very fun.
I've enjoyed this a great deal tonight. It's just been a really good football game no matter how it turns out. Hopefully the Tigers will figure out how to play. You know, the Norse have to score twice.
Yes.
Which they can do.
Which they can do in a hurry. They've proven they can score in a hurry. No, it's just a lot of fun. And just the great kids in Roland-Story. It's always one of that fun with our Southam teams and then our churches and stuff like that too, Trent. I know a lot of the kids in the South Hamilton team, know a lot of the kids in the Roland-Story team.
Nevada
team, Ballard team. So it's really fun when we play any of these schools.
Hey, Frederick Killian listening in, the Reverend.
Hey, Frederick. Good, just good kids all the way around. I love the school, and as Trent said, from a parent perspective, Trent may be kind of a little biased since he's actually at the middle school, but in my mind, you can't have a finer school in the state. Great middle school teachers, great high school teachers, administration, staff, all the way around.
Yep, we appreciate them all.
Phenomenal stuff. And then just great students all the way around as well. Really blessed to be part of it.
My twin brother Trey Becker listening in from Charles City.
Hey, Trey.
He's coming down tomorrow to watch some college football with me.
Oh, it's going to be a great day tomorrow to watch football, too. Good stuff going on.
11:17 to play in the game. 4th down. Day will take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, look to throw down the middle of the field. He's got Tweed at the goal line. Did he get in? Did he catch it? I don't know what the call has been.
I haven't seen him signal yet.
They're going to give him the catch. He's going to be about the goal line.
Short of the first down, I think.
If they mark him short of the first down, the Tigers will have the ball.
Tigers will have the ball first down. Oh, there's a flag in the backfield, though. This could be a big play.
Well, it's going to go against the Norse. They're backing up. So the referee threw the flag in the backfield.
So what do you do, Trent? Do you take the ball first from the 3, or do you take it 4th and 22?
That's a good question.
I think you got to take the ball.
Yeah, they're going to decline it and take the ball, I think, if they're allowed to, and they will. It's going to be holding on the offense. It was thrown in the backfield. They declined it. Tigers' ball. They didn't get to the first down stake, so Tweet caught the ball and had to go down to the ground to catch it.
Yes.
And he was short of the first down, and the Tigers take over on downs.
That was sort of controversy here, Trev, but there was some debate there on the instant replay, and I saw it up on the monitor as to whether or not he actually pulled that in or not, but couldn't get an angle to overrule that call, so it could have been Tiger ball at the 14, but as it stands, it'll be Tiger ball basically at what would have been the first down marker at like the 3 or the 4 they're calling it.
Sure.
I'm looking for the line judge. He's down on the 3, so it's first down and 97 yards to go for a touchdown for the Tigers from their own 3-yard line.
They need to run some clock here. 11:09 to play in the game. Tigers up by 9, 28-19. They're going to turn and give it to Tucker Hansen. He'll come back in middle, push the pile.
Push a little bit. They hold him up and stop. Maybe gain 2 or 3. I think he's out to about the 6.
2 or 3. So the game clock's running. The play clock hasn't started yet. We talked about that a little bit earlier. One of the points of emphasis this year is to not chop the clock, and that's a benefit to the Tigers because they can run a little bit more time off the clock. The play clock starts now. 10:44 to play in the game. And what has just been a really, really fun game to watch tonight, high school football game here in Story City.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers from their own 6-yard line.
Mitch Johnson standing next to Matt Berge. That'll send Landon Howard in motion now. Berge takes a low snap. He'll give it to Mitch Johnson on the left side. He's got some room, cuts back to the right.
Nice run, nice play.
So they had the Tigers pinned back. The Mitch Johnson had about a 12, 13-yard carry on that play, and that's kind of, if you're the Norse, you're like, you really wanted to force a 3 and out. And
yeah, that's a tough play for the Norse. First down for the Tigers from their own 18.
So fresh set of downs. Now the ball is going to be out at the 18-yard line, and that seems like a galaxy away from where they had it just a minute ago.
Absolutely.
Pinned down deep. The Tigers are not in a huge hurry to get up and run a play here. The play clock's at 10 seconds. Game clock's at about 10 minutes.
So Berge under center again. 1 wide left, 1 wide right.
He'll turn and give it over the left side this time to Aiden Carr, and he's going to get demolished.
He got demolished, yeah. Met at the line of scrimmage. 75, 90.
This might be a time to run a little play action and see if you can catch the Norse really biting on the play fake here.
So it's Jaden McDonald, Sean Reisinger, just a whole bunch of Norse there. Well defended, 2nd and 10. Norse got a lot of guys. He got 8 guys, 7 guys, I guess, right up at the line of scrimmage, just right tight in the box. Berge under center.
Gotta get a stop!
Howard made a step toward the left. He tried to turn it into a motion, but he couldn't quite pull that off.
Tigers jumped too. We'll see who jumped first.
The Tigers, Howard jumped. I was watching him come. He stepped forward.
But he can get reset.
But he stepped forward well, that's true. He's a motion guy. He did try to go back to the left and try to go in motion.
We'll see what they say here. They are huddling up to talk about it. And this is one of those plays I know my brother's listening as an official. If he jumped in the neutral zone first, and Landon Howard can reset, but Aiden Carr also. They're going to call false start. I think that's probably a reasonable call.
Reasonable call. Howard's trying to say that. Howard said, hey, I turned and went in motion.
So Scott Otter is going to come over to the head linesman and get an explanation. This has been a very well officiated game. I have nothing but good things to say about the officials.
I agree. And I think for me, from the outside, would have made that call. Because I saw Howard take a step. Nice play by Howard to Meade. Immediately turned to the left and go in motion. And it may not have been on Landon for all I know either. So 2nd down to 15.
Berge will
Tiger 13.
take the snap from center. He's going to fake the handoff and look to throw this time. There's a flag back in the backfield. There's going to be a holding.
Nicely thrown to Howard, though, out at the 26-yard line. Would have been almost a first down.
All for naught. That's going to come back as a holding call. I don't know if that's sarcastic applause from the Roland-Story fans, but
it might be a little bit.
That was thrown by the referee in the backfield.
Howard out here was defended by number 25 from Roland-Story. That is Chelsvig. They had a little friendly chat there after the catch and the penalty.
It's going to be 2nd down and about the distance from my house to Benji Deal's back porch.
It is a long ways.
It's a long ways.
2nd and 26 maybe.
But I would go that far to see my friend Benji. It's going to be 20 plus. I'm waiting for the scoreboard to put it up. They're doing the math as well as I am. The ball's all the way back to the 5-yard line. They got to get to the 24 yards, 23 yards.
Yeah, 23 yards. 2nd down.
9:04 to go on the game. Clock not running.
This drive started well for the Tigers with that first run. Now
give it to Mitch Johnson up the middle. Mitch is going to push forward and bolt forward.
And turn back.
I'll bring up 3rd and long. I think they were trying to spread out the Roland-Story defense and then run underneath. It didn't work.
Yep, they read that one. Mitchell's had some pretty good success with that play earlier today, but the North expecting that with a 3rd down and forever. 2nd down and forever. 3rd and 23 now. Actually, I think it's more like 3rd and 20, but they changed it on the scoreboard clock. So 3rd and 20, ball in the 8. Then you have to get to the 28.
Which seems a long ways away. And
clock is running down already. I'm afraid the Tigers are going to run. 8 seconds left, and they're just breaking the huddle now.
Got to hustle up the play clock at 4.
Berge in the shotgun. Matt, you have 1 second left.
They're going to call timeout. It's not really a place where you want to use a timeout. It just took them a long time to get out of the huddle, but you also want to make sure you have the right play called. And so Scott Otter will have Randy Sneezek go talk to Matt Berge in the offensive unit.
Yeah,
Design that play that you need for 20 yards.
Exactly, the 20-yard play.
That big quiver.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got about 10 plays. Well, which one should we use? Which one of those plays?
Well,
you got to think Landon Howard is probably going to get the ball thrown his direction if they do throw, but we've also seen Anthony Porter.
I was just doing the same thing. They've done it twice. The Norse did it as well, dragged a guy underneath, and they've done that. The Tigers did that with Porter as well, so I could see that too. Send a guy deep.
You got options.
Bring Porter underneath and see if he can't get, throw it to him about 10, 15 yards and see if he can finish up the rest of it.
I don't know what kind of team speed Roland-Story has, but Tucker Hansen would be a very difficult guy to keep pace with. He can run.
8:16 left in the fourth quarter. 28-19, Tigers over the Norse right now, but they're third down in a world.
So 2 scores in the third quarter. Nobody scored here in the fourth quarter. It's been a very, very evenly matched game tonight.
Really has.
So really, one of the big plays in the game, we haven't talked about it much, is the failed extra point tries for the Norse now make this a 2-score game, which plays to the Tigers' advantage, of course. So Berge now is going to go out to Aiden Carr, help him snap his helmet up. Now he'll come back. Mitch Johnson's in blocking behind him. 2 wide left, 2 wide right.
Berge in the shotgun. Here we go.
He's going to do a quarterback draw up the middle. He's got some blockers, but really play did not develop.
No, it did not.
So it does give Matt Koenig a little bit more room to... That play might have just said, hey, let's get 6 or 7, 8 yards and punt it away.
They kind of decided to concede, not take a chance. Berge gets up slow, kind of limping and holding his arm. That's not good. Berge's right arm into his stomach. He had a lot of guys hitting him there at the end.
Tigers could ill afford to lose their quarterback, Matt Berge.
Yeah, that'd be very rough.
2-year starter at quarterback. The Tigers will punt this away as Matt Koenig comes out.
All very clean, by the way. I wasn't saying anything there from the Norse. Just you have a quarterback standing upright, running like a fullback, and your defensive guys are going to put a lick on him. So see Kenny can do.
Colby Gray deep to receive for...
Kicking from the 13-yard line. Now from the 15, actually.
Cale Eiley will come in motion.
He just jumped, but they didn't call it. Low snap.
Oh, almost hit a Roland-Story.
Bounces back the wrong way.
So good field position. We knew that was going to happen. They're going to have the ball at their own at the Tiger 44. 7:17 to go. The Tigers don't have to keep them out of the end zone here, but they need to work the clock a little bit and get some time off the clock. The Norse, I believe, have all 3 of their timeouts. I don't think they've used any. The scoreboard here does not display timeouts remaining like some scoreboards do.
I think the Norse have 3, don't they? The Tigers are down to 1. So yeah, I think the Norse have 3 left, and the Tigers only have 1.
Tweet will go way out to the far side of the field where Tucker Hansen will come out to defend him. Day's going to drop right back.
Deep right away here. They do the fake. The pressure coming from... Nice tackle.
Day's going to go down. I thought he threw it. I was looking downfield. They're going to get Day at about the 44, 45-yard line.
That's Caden Muskin again, man. He is all over. Meskin, sorry, Caden. Yeah, Caden did a nice job of chasing him down. He got pressure at the last moment. Day did that fake pump. Well, they would try to go deep. A nice job by Meskin running him down from behind.
So Norse will go without a huddle. They will try to throw again. This time it's outside. And
well defended.
Drew Hawthorne will allow the catch, but he's going to get no yards after a catch and not even get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be...
It's Carter Greenfield, number 5, with the catch. Gained about, 3?
Third down and 12. 6.5 minutes to go in the game.
Well defended. Both nice plays right there back to back. Very well defended by the Tigers.
Day will throw again. He's got straight back.
They're going deep. He's throwing for everything. He's got a penalty.
Oh, ball off of Greenfield's hands, but there is a
flag. It's going to be interference on O'Brien.
Well, it's thrown way back, so it's either going to be a push-off on Roland-Story or holding on the
hold. It'll be defensive holding. He grabbed him as he went by. I was watching the play, so we'll see.
Pass interference on the Tigers. Yeah, that's a 15-yard penalty, which will be enough for a first down.
Probably not a bad play. I think O'Brien kind of lost him. He sat down and checked and kind of went by.
I didn't see that part of the play, but the Tigers did not give up a touchdown, which at this point in the game is kind of
a good call. So this will back him up 15. It'll be a first down. And is it a spot foul, Trent, or just from the line of scrimmage?
It's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so it'll be at the 31 then. First down for the Norse. Big play there. But like you said, no touchdown. Brian did a nice job of recovering. Get back on D there.
Clock stopped, 6:20 to go in the game. 28-19, Tigers lead. They'll take the snap.
Drop throw it deep again. No, they did that little crisscross.
It's forced out of pocket. Carson Johnson met him there. He had to throw it away. Good pursuit there by Carson Johnson, another speedy Tiger defender. No flags on the play, so the clock will stop 6:11 now.
That was Dylan Matheson. Kind of came free there, Trent, at the end. I don't think Day could see him, but Matheson started on the left-hand side, and he broke down the center, and the Tigers lost him, kind of like they lost Porter. The Norse lost Porter. One was actually coming free. If Day just throws it in the center of the field like he threw that on the outside, I think Matheson makes that for a touchdown.
Day had kind of committed at that point to just throwing the ball away and did so.
So 2nd and 10 for the Norse.
Day dropped straight back to throw.
Pressure coming. That's Carson Johnson chasing. Oh, you can't do that. You can't. I don't think you can do that kick.
You can when you tackle him. You can't. That's actually legal.
That's legal.
I have never seen that.
I've never seen it done in my life, but he did it. And the Roland-Story fans are not happy with that at all. That was Carson Johnson.
If the guy has the ball, you actually can trip him. Trey Becker, our rules consultant coming in.
There we are.
I don't know if you saw that, Trey. The pursuing Tiger defender tripped the quarterback, literally slid in and like soccer slide tackled him.
Slide tackled him.
And the
Norse, the fans are really pissed off, and the coaches of the Norse are pissed off as well. So it's 3rd and 20.
The Norse now out of the shotgun as Day drops straight back to throw. Looking to throw down the middle of the field. Lets one fly. There's a couple of defenders down there. The ball's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They're going to say no catch. It bounced. The head linesman on the far side waves that one off. It's 4th down. So a big break for the Tigers.
That was Wyatt Bunn. We haven't seen Wyatt out there, number 14.
Wyatt Bunn, fantastic driver's ed teacher last summer. That's what I'll say. I had him in the car.
He did a nice job. Got downfield and tried to make the catch. The ball did drop, so it is 4th and 20.
So a couple of officials call. We said a very well officiated game, and I'm 99% sure that's legal.
I think they made the right call still. I agree.
The kick tackle by Carson Johnson will be legendary in this series. 5:15 to go in the game. 4th and 20 now. The Norse need a miracle. They will drop back and throw. Pressure. He steps up. Drops the ball on the ground. He gets it back.
I guess it was 4th down, so the Tigers will get it.
He's going to be wrapped up from behind by Ty German, 58, one of our sophomores.
Just
good job by Ty.
Coming by Ty.
Pursuing from the backside. Tigers will get the ball at the 45-yard line with a chance to kind of salt the clock and put this one away.
That was well done by the Tigers. He had plenty of time for the start there, Trent. Then the pressure came. The pocket broke down. Good pressure. Excellent job, as you said.
I'll put that in the category of I think I've seen it all. Was Carson Johnson pursuing the quarterback and couldn't catch him.
Yes. So he just did a sled tackle. He knew diving, he wouldn't get him with his hands, so he just kind of turned and threw his legs out like slide tackle, like in soccer, like Trent said.
And if it was the other way around, I'd be hollering and screaming too, because it did look.
I can
really
see why
weird.
they're a little frustrated. It looked different. It looked very odd.
So Anderson and Howard at the short side of the field. Newell's at the top of the screen, and Howard will go in motion now. They'll run the option right. Tucker Hansen's lots of room to run, and he's going to stay in bounds.
Right, do they get him out of bounds?
Just the forward progress, he'll stay in bounds. That was the right call.
Good call. Tucker tried to stay in. He tried to stop, and Norris tried to drag him out, but it'll be a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 for the Tigers on the 48 of the Norse.
Tigers got to hang on to the ball here. They should with all the numbers, if you kind of crunch them, the algorithm to determine here. They need a couple more first downs, and they're really going to put the Norse in a bad spot.
4:39 left in the game.
Pat, I know it's kind of early to be calling it one of the best high school football games that we've seen. Just a very evenly matched back and forth game.
Very much so.
Tigers find themselves in a good spot here at the end of the game. 4:26, clock rolling. Long count. They're going to turn and give it to Tucker Hansen up the middle. He'll cover it up and get the first down. He's going to slip out of the...
Oh, good run.
He'll get a couple more after I thought he was going down. That's going to move the chains.
That gets you a nice new
clock will stop. It'll wind again, so this snap will be well under 4 minutes to go in the game.
Oh, they're talking back and forth.
They're going to mark him down back at the line, back where the... They move that back? I don't know. Anyway,
it's still first down. Yeah, I think they moved it back a little bit, but it's the 42.
That's not really a big issue as far as where the ball is in the field. It's just getting that first down now with a chance to run a few more plays. Norse electing not to use any of their timeouts here. 4 minutes now.
Good stop here on 2nd down. They may call a timeout to try to get the ball back. 3:59 left in the game.
We'll turn this time, give it to Aiden Carr over the right side. He'll cover the ball
immediately.
It's not down yet.
They blew the whistle, though. They blew him down. Aiden's like, I'm not down.
They blew that way early. But the Norse, they probably stopped when they heard the whistle, so I don't know that was necessarily a bad call. But Carr did what you should do, and that's keep going, keep chugging your legs.
So they're doing that same thing here. They've got the ball set, but they wait for like 5 seconds or so after the ball is set to blow it in.
And that is following
That's game
protocol.
rules. That's protocol. That's it. So you've seen that all game.
They worried that they were really worried about the fast pace, that kids were playing tired and more injuries
That
were
makes
happening
sense.
because of that.
Get a little bit. So 3:18 left now in the game. 9 seconds on the play clock.
But it does certainly affect the games like this. We were trying to run the clock out. So this turn will be give to Aiden Carr, and he's going to break a tackle and spin out.
Nice
Good running tonight by
nice
Aiden Carr. Tigers have really ran the ball effectively tonight.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a lot of big plays, but a whole lot of plays like that where they get 4 or 5 yards.
It's about 3rd and 6, you think, there, Trent, from what I can tell? Oh, no, 3rd and 7. They're bringing it back a little bit.
I haven't really been close on anything tonight, so you say so.
The Tigers are on the 39-yard line, we'll call it.
2:44, 2:43, the clock's rolling here. Tigers desperately trying to salt away this clock.
I think they will probably run it again. They may punt it on 4th down, I don't know. We'll see what they get here. If they get close, they'll probably go for it, even though they're far from...
They're going to fake the reverse. Now Berge's going to tuck it under. They're going to call a penalty.
Just came in. Oh, Berge gets hit hard. Nathan Bell gets him very hard.
Holding on the Tigers. So I got to think the Norse, if they accept the penalty, it's going to give the Tigers another play that they would probably decline this penalty.
Correct. 2:24 left. It'll be 4th down and 7. I think you're right. I think you take the down.
Because you don't want to do is have him be able to run another 25 seconds because the clock will start on the ready to play.
I think he may be taking it, though. It's 4th and about 3. Oh, they decline him. Okay.
So 4th down.
So 4th and 3.
So big call here for Scott Otter and his squad.
If they're going to try to decline it, will they wind the clock? Should they wind the clock?
They will when they get it set here.
Okay. So game clock and play clock will go.
Both go on the ready to play. So they'll snap this with under 2 minutes to go in the game.
Okay.
The Tigers
did send their kicking team out. Koenig's coming on a little bit later.
Just
14 seconds. Well, they can take a penalty here, too. They'll just take the penalty, I think, Trent. No reason to snap it. You're punting from the 37 anyway. So we'll see. I wouldn't rush
4 seconds on the play clock.
I wouldn't rush it. I just let the clock go out.
Low snap.
Oh, it gets blocked, Trent.
There's a penalty flag down. We'll see what the call is. The punt's going to go out of bounds. The line judge called the flag here, and I don't know if we're going to have another illegal motion. If it is, it'll be declined. So that punt was actually partially blocked. It was a low snap, and when Koenig got up, he had a defender in his
I think Koenig was happy to let that run out, but they did try to snap it before.
Slide tackle. Wow. Stout Googled the slide tackle, and he says it's legal.
It's legal. So illegal motion on the Tigers.
I can't imagine they'll just decline this because they want to get the ball. That's the only way they can score. So they'll decline the penalty. So all that for naught. 152.
That's too bad. The Tigers really didn't need to snap that. They could have just taken the 5-yard and kicked it and got it downfield.
Well, they looked a little hurried.
They looked discombobulated again. Didn't have time to get combobulated. So
Tigers defense will have to stop.
So kudos to Koenig at least getting that through there, because if that gets blocked and goes back the other way and they run it back, then you have a whole different thing. So at least the Norse have to score, but 152 left. They're down 28-19.
Landon Howard playing center field, and he's a good outfielder. We've seen him play.
They'll throw it deep down the far sideline here. Howard can't get there.
Good thing Howard was there because it was caught by Colby Gray.
Howard does it. Oh, Greenfield's down with a cramp, it looks like.
There's a flag somewhere. I thought I heard.
Oh, I think that they're
going to call a sideline warning maybe on the Tigers.
Not seeing it.
I don't see where the flag was thrown, do you?
I don't see a flag on the field. So Gray has a cramp. So they've stopped the clock there too, and for the penalty.
So big play, beautifully thrown ball, pretty well defended by the Tigers.
Norse down to the 32.
Substitution infraction on the.
Illegal substitution penalty against Gilbert.
That's declined.
First down, either way. So they're attending to.
Colby Gray looks to be cramped, just like Gildahouse.
I've called him Greenfield more than I've called him Gray. Now, I apologize if you're listening. I just got those two names.
So they're going to get some water here. Both teams going to the sideline while Gray getting stretched out. Very nice pass, yeah.
Drake Day is very good passer.
He's throwing really well. This is going to get interesting, Trent, here. 1:45 left.
Yeah, you kind of think, boy, the Norse are kind of running out of time. They haven't scored yet, so it's still a 2-score game. So
I'm thinking they haven't used their timeouts, so I'm a little nervous here. You've got to be able to get a stop. Certainly the Tigers are ahead with 9, and my assumption is that, so I see Gray. So I don't know if Gray gets stretched out, if he can get back in now, since they did call or maybe they didn't call timeout. Maybe it's an injury. I don't know if the North
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I believe he's got to go out.
He's got to go out if they don't call a timeout. I think if they call a timeout, he can go back in. But if they don't, he's going to have to go out.
Or if he brings a note from his mom.
Or if he brings a note from his doctor. So he's going to the
Please
sideline.
allow Colby to go back into the game. Sign Colby's mom, like Epstein's mom. Remember that on?
I remember that.
Epstein.
Yeah. Ooh, Mr. Cotta, Mr. Cotta.
Hope he's okay. He's limping off heavily. We hope he's all right.
I think
he's played a heck of a game tonight. He played on the field a lot of different positions and return punts and receiver, and we hope he's all right.
I think he's okay. They were stretching him out. I think he's got a cramp, but we'll see. They were stretching him out a little bit.
He's stepping on the lip of the.
He's trying to
bend his toe up
to
hopefully.
Yeah.
So it looks like they brought in Sam Deal at the bottom of your screen here. He's going to come in.
So
two wide receivers to the top. They're just going to go man-to-man coverage.
See what the Tigers can do.
Screen. The clock will roll. 1:40 to go in the game. Now they're running Chelsvig. They're going to run Day underneath.
Oh my gosh, he's got a hole. Howard stops him.
Stops him at the 5.
Nice play by the Norsemen.
Brandon Howard saved a touchdown there with 1:30 to 2. They're going to stop the clock to move the chains. The Norse will hustle up and run a play.
They'll have plenty of time now because of that delay before they set the ball. So Norse can't do anything. He whistles it in. Tigers could use to stop him here.
He's going to fake the handoff and throw. He's got pressure. He's going to be brought down from behind. Huge play by the Tigers.
Will they call timeout?
Caden Meskin.
Immediately call timeout.
Caden Meskin has played a whale of a game on defense tonight, and he got Day and hauled him down.
Smart play by Roland-Story to call that timeout immediately. Burning no clock here. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 10.
So I almost didn't broadcast this game tonight. I would have missed out. I would have stayed at home.
Missed out.
Probably watched the Chicago Cubs lose, which they did on a walk-off home run. So this was way better than that by anybody's estimation. And got to hang out with my friend Pat Starr and Cole Schrader.
Good stuff here. They were playing the Hawks tonight, weren't they? So that, not the Hawks, the
Phillies.
Braves, the Phillies. They're back to
Phillies. Played the Braves last night. That was a one game? It was a makeup game.
I wondered about that. I saw it. Okay.
Back when it didn't stop raining in June, I believe, is where that came from.
So huge stuff for the Tigers right now. It is 2nd and goal from the 10. The Norse with 1:20 left. They are down 9, as Trent pointed out before. If they score, they're still behind. You obviously have an onside kick coming in there. That'll be huge. If the Tigers can grab the onside, the game should be over.
Most exciting play in football, the onside kick. We'll certainly see one if they score here, but I want the Tigers to keep them out of the end zone.
I'm looking for the play a little defense. 3 more stops, and the Tigers can call this game good as well. So
the scoreboard says 1st and 11. I believe it's 2nd.
It is 2nd and 11, yes. Nice job of sack. Nice pressure there.
So they can't get a first down. This is actually 2nd and goal from the 11.
4 wideouts. Howard still in the end zone playing prevent.
Day takes the snap. He's going to
run it again.
The Tigers
got some room.
He's going to get stood up at the goal line. The ball's loose. It's on the ground.
They blew him dead, though. They blew him dead.
They're going to say he was down. He's just short of the goal line. The clock is running.
2 clock running. That's what I got to hold the ball. He wound it right away this time. This is interesting, Trent.
Minute 12.
That's the fastest I've seen them wind the clock all year. He immediately wound that.
They haven't chopped it yet. The clock's running, but not the play clock.
Okay.
So up under center now. He's going to take the snap and give to the right side to Chelsvig, but he's going to get
not going to get there. He's down to the 1.
He's not in.
Clock still running with 49 seconds left. It is 4th and goal for the Norse from the 1-yard line.
So even if he scores here, the Tigers are going to get the ball back with less than 30 seconds probably to play. Day will turn. He'll give it to Chelsvig. He's going to go
this
right.
This time he goes in.
But in the meantime, 34 seconds to play in the game. And so let's play worst case scenario. Even if they get the onside kick, they're going to have it
about the 50-yard line or something like that. Yeah.
Between the 40 and the 50.
Yep.
And they're not going to have much time left. So the Tigers probably did their job. They're really making the Norse take a lot.
They made them work that. They made them take 4 downs from that. Yes. When they started 1st and goal from the 8, the Tigers made them take 4 downs to get in there.
Yeah, there's really no point in going for 2 here. You might as well just go for 1.
Just go for 1 and get within 2.
You're going to have to either get a field goal or a touchdown. So
they seem to be thinking the same. I'm not sure what they're doing here. Yeah, I think you do whatever you're most confident in, right?
Yeah, you want to get 1 point out of this.
So they are going to kick it. Looks like Pittman's going to.
Yeah, you would want to kick it here because you want to get to 26 where a field goal would help you. If you go for a 2 and don't get it, then you have to get a field goal.
Well, if they don't get this also, they get a same difference here. So we'll see their confidence. He's missed 2 of these. Maybe miss another one.
Pittman with a low kick. I think that one's going to be right down the middle. It is. So 28-26.
Oh, what a game, Trent. What a game.
Wake the neighbors.
34.5 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It is 28-26 Gilbert over the Roland-Story Norsemen. And you will see the hand squad come on here for the Tigers.
Just one last reminder, when the game is over.
So you practice, you start back in July doing drills, and you've worked on this onside kick a million times. You see Landon Howard will be out there, as will Tucker Hansen. You won't see any guys with numbers, ineligible numbers. It'll all be all receivers, and Matt Berge will be out there to.
The other thing you got to do is got to keep a couple guys back because they can pooch it over the top as well. The Tigers have everybody at the front line, which I don't think. I don't like this, Trent. You got to put. There you go. Okay, number 7 now going back. Who's that for our Tigers?
Sure.
Andrew Hatfield.
Drew Hatfield getting in the game. His jersey's fairly white. I don't think he's.
Yeah, my sense is you got to put 2 guys back there because they can pop it over the top here and run down and get it and actually have a better shot, right?
The name Hatfield sounds familiar. His brother Dax Hatfield, one of the most exciting high school football players in the history
Drew
of Tiger
has a
football.
big play right here. If they go deep, Drew is the only guy back to cover this ball before the Norse get there.
And he has been told that you don't need to return it.
Just get on the ball. So here comes the Norse.
Pittman will kick it off.
Oh, blow something.
They call it.
An equipment prop?
I have no idea.
They're pushing and doing the hand thing in the back. Play clock
to get reset.
So Pittman was trying to rush up there and get that before the Tigers are completely set.
Brent Moore called this as a one-point game, and it's 2 points, so Brent was 100% off, if my math is correct.
So here comes the try.
Pittman
He does go deeper.
He's going to kick it out of bounds.
He hits it too hard. Mistake. That's too bad by Pittman. He did try to go over the front line. Good call on that, right?
Clock doesn't start on a free kick until someone touches it, and no one touched that, so the Tigers will have the ball either where it goes out of bounds or at the 35.
That's too bad.
They won't make him re-kick it, I can guarantee that.
No, they won't. That's too bad. Pittman needed to punch a little bit more into the middle of the field. He tried to go over the front line, the front 10 guys of the Tigers. Good call on that. Just pushed it a little too hard to the outside.
Tigers will go into victory formation now and should be able to just take a knee.
Yeah,
Roland-Story does have the option if they want to call timeouts and stop it, but
one
they
or
can't.
2 timeouts left, yes. I don't know if
with the delay and the reset the play clock here,
that made all the difference in the world.
You got to think there'd probably be another 15, 20 seconds on the clock if they didn't do it that way. Landon Howard, the deep safety, the Tigers in victory formation. Norse will elect not to stop it, so we'll kind of do our post-game wrap-up.
There we go.
About as exciting high school football game as we call.
They called it a timeout after all.
Hey, I'd say that's fine. I'd
say so. I've never had a problem with this, Trent. You got to make it, snap it. You could jumble. You could have something. There's always a chance.
I didn't see him stop it right away, so I assume they weren't going to.
I thought they weren't going to either. 29.2 seconds left. The Norse do call timeout, and they have one more to call. Game of football is funny. The ball can bounce funny. Someone slips, drops the ball. Norse taking a chance, hoping they get something going. What a game. Just all the way around.
So unless the Joe Pisarcik fake handoff to Larry Zonka, you know what I'm talking about.
I remember that. Yes, I do.
Cole Schrader's having no idea. Cole, I'll give you a quick recap on this. Team trying to run the clock out, and they decide to run a fake handoff and then fall down to try to run a few more seconds. Hits the guy in the ribs, ball squirts loose. Herm Edwards, who's now a TV commentator, picks the ball up, runs it back for a touchdown, and the game changes. That will not happen. There will be no fake handoff.
There will be no fake handoff. There will be no handoff. No fake handoff, no handoff. Berge will take the ball. He will take a knee.
So can you take the snap from your knees?
Just to save it.
You're already down.
I'm down already.
It's a good question. Stout, why don't you Google that while you're at it?
So there they are with 29 seconds left. The snap. I think the North do have one more timeout. Takes a knee. And maybe they don't have one more. Now I think we can wrap it up.
That's going to do it.
That's going to do it here.
Final score will be 28-26, and as exciting a high school football game as I've called. Pat, pleasure working with you tonight. Tigers will head to Boone next week to take on the Boone Toreadors. Again, the winners tonight, 28-26. A fantastic game. Thanks for listening in.